What's going on, everyone? You're listening to 99 Yards here with your host, Audie Bot. And today we got three guests on the show. Not one, not two, we got three. Everybody just go ahead and introduce yourselves.
They call me OJ Knows because
You already
OJ
know OJ. Hey, OJ,
knows.
you already know
And
OJ.
I
If
do
y'all,
this, man. This is easy for me, man. I do this in my sleep, man. Run it.
I'm Matthew.
and
Will.
My name
got
is
one more.
I already won the intro. There's no enthusiasm, man. Like I already left their
Go
souls.
follow my YouTube channel, Will Buckets.
Buckets, I already heard that, right? Dude, this, I have like inverted. So Will right there, OJ right there, Matthew right there. And let's get into it, guys. If y'all on Anchor or listening to the podcast, you'll hear a 30-second announcement right here. If y'all on YouTube, we'll get right into this. No point in holding y'all back.
Can
So
I go
let's
first?
let me first tell the people what they're
Oh
actually
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
be
yeah,
doing.
yeah. Sure.
Yeah. So basically in the NBA, y'all know I don't know much about NBA, right? But today we got NBA special edition podcast debate, whatever y'all want to call it. We got it right here. And it's gonna be the GOAT conversation. We're gonna be debating who is the GOAT. If y'all on YouTube, y'all see OJ's username. It says MJ equals GOAT. So it should be MJ versus LeBron. Will and Matthew are two LeBron supporters, so yeah. So no further ado, let's start off with this. OJ, let's get you to start off your first argument.
So this is gonna be time box, right?
Yep.
All right. So how long are we doing this for?
Oh, okay. I was just saying like let's do 2 minutes to present an argument. Or no, wait, how
2
long do you want
minutes.
to do?
I
I
I
don't
need
know.
I need five, bro. I
5?
need
Okay.
5 to 7.
You can take 5. You can take 5.
All right, 5.
All right, let's do 5.
Let's go.
I'm gonna
Right.
start my own
I'll
timer. All
I'll
right,
start the
go.
timer.
All right,
Okay,
cool.
there.
All
Started.
right, guys. I'm gonna present my argument as to why Jordan is the GOAT. As you know, most people, when it comes to this debate, the arguments they typically use is, oh, LeBron James has 4 rings, Jordan has 6. LeBron James' finals record is 4-10, Jordan is 6-0. LeBron choked in 2011. All those are decent arguments, but they're lazy and they're low hanging fruit. Okay. So the argument I'm going to make is very simple. I'm going to talk about LeBron's offense and defense, and I'm going to compare it to Jordan's offense and defense. And obviously, I'm going to use some stats to validate my argument, right? And also, the third piece I'm going to use is I'm going to talk about one aspect of being GOAT that a lot of people don't talk about, which is the story, the legacy, the narrative, and the impact of what a GOAT is. We often make it about career, stats, accolades, but we don't talk about the legacy, the narrative, the story, the impact that the player has for their respective sport. Ooh. Ooh. So without further ado, let's talk about. I'm just gonna jump right into it. Right, first, let's compare their offense. That's the first. Actually, no, we'll save that for last. Let's compare their defense. The reason I want to compare their defense first is because that one is easy. Jordan's the better defender. All right, I'm not gonna spend as much time debating this because it's the easy argument to make. But let me give you some stats. Right, Jordan won a Defensive Player of the Year in 1988. LeBron has never won a Defensive Player of the Year. Jordan has been NBA All First Team 9 times. LeBron has been NBA All First Team 6 times. But of those 6, 5 was first team, and one of them was second team. All the time, Jordan was NBA first team every single time. Right? Defense. Now, a lot of people may say, "Well, how did he play defense towards the latter end of his career?" Well, LeBron or Jordan's last NBA All Defensive Team, he was 34 years old, so he played defense like literally the entire career while he was in Chicago. Right? Jordan led the league in steals 3 times. LeBron has never led the league in steals. Now, by the way, if I say anything that's incorrect, you guys feel free, let me know. So defensively speaking, it's pretty close that Jordan was the better defender. And he was like miles better than Jordan in terms of his perimeter defense, right? The only LeBron fans have one argument when it comes to defense, which is the notion that LeBron was a more versatile defender. But the thing is, how often was LeBron guarding fives and sixes? Not very often, right? And then as soon as he went to Miami, he stopped playing defense. So it's pretty cut and dry. LeBron's a better defender. Now let's go to offense, which you can make a better case for LeBron simply because he was a much better passer. And I know that's what my opponents are going to use, right? So let's talk about it. LeBron James is a 10-time scoring champ. I'm sorry, Jordan is a 10-time scoring champ. I don't know why I'm saying LeBron. LeBron James won the scoring championship one time, I believe. So 10-1. Okay, not a big deal. But let's actually talk about his actual body of work as an offensive player. LeBron James had a better mid-range. LeBron James had a better – why do I keep saying LeBron James, bro? This is crazy. Michael Jordan had a better mid-range. He had a better free throw, right? He had a better post-up game. When Michael Jordan's back was against the basket, he was much better than LeBron James. And probably the biggest thing of all, his patented fadeaway jumper is the best, arguably one of the best offensive moves for a perimeter player that we've ever seen. It's, in my opinion, one of the top three moves of all time. If I were to count all the greatest offensive moves, to me, it would be Kareem's jump hook, Jordan's signature turnaround fadeaway, and probably the Euro step. I mean, it's probably those three. So that was definitely his go-to move. And LeBron had no go-to move. Till this day, like LeBron, this past finals, you saw LeBron. Am I up?
Oh, no, sorry.
22 seconds. Damn, this 5 minutes went by fast. So I guess I got 22 seconds left, but I just want to talk about basically how to define GOAT. The way I define GOAT is a combination of talent, your resume, your accolades, and your impact. When we take all these things and put it together, you'll find that it's clear that
and
Michael,
your time is up.
Jeffrey, Jordan is the GOAT. I rest my case, Your Honor. Hey guys, so far it's a body bag. Let's go.
All right. So guys, I'm sorry about that. If you're listening on Twitch, my audio output was not actually
You gonna turn that off, bro?
halfway. But yeah, but y'all basically heard what his argument was. It was basically that, Jordan's scoring and all that stuff, right? But let's get into Matthew and.
Can you turn the timer off?
Yeah. Oh, OJ, I actually muted you for a second. But Matthew, Will, did y'all want to?
OJ's muted. You have OJ muted.
Yeah. Yeah. Here.
He's muted still.
Yeah. OJ, you got OJ. OJ, you got.
There,
Sorry about that. That was your timer. My timer that was going off. I thought that was.
Yeah. No. I just unmuted really quick. I just muted you really quick because I wanted to get into Will and Matthew's argument. So again, 5 minutes on the clock.
Did you start it?
Yeah, I'll start in 5, 4. Wait, hold on. Did y'all want to split it or did y'all want to do it together?
Together, I guess. Well, it's up to you, Matt.
All right.
I mean, then again, that won't be really fair because now it's 10 minutes. But I mean, you guys.
No. If you want to split it, like I can do like 2 minutes 30 seconds and 2 minutes 30 seconds.
We'll just do it together.
Yeah, we can just do it together.
Uh-huh.
You start it?
Yes.
All right. So first, you brought up the defensive player of the year, scoring champ, and like how Jordan made the first team, like all those times. But I feel like if LeBron played in Jordan's era, he would have done the same thing, or close to the same thing, because less competition. Like with players like Kawhi and stuff, Rudy Gobert, all those type of players, it's harder to win those type of awards. I feel like Jordan probably wouldn't have done that as much either if he was playing now. So yeah, Will, you have anything to say?
First off, LeBron is the only player in NBA history with 30,000 points and 8,000 assists and 8,000 rebounds. It's he's basically more of a playmaker and he's all around almost like MJ. but he's taller, more muscular. Yeah, and MJ when he's played, he's had like the same crew. He's had like a second starter you can depend on. He's had a Hall of Fame coach. While LeBron, it didn't matter what coach he had. It didn't matter what teammates he had. He would always get to the finals. Despite what 10 years.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Also, Jordan, when he left the Bulls, they still made the playoffs, right? When LeBron left the Cavs,
they just became
they were the
like one
worst team in the league.
league. Yeah, they tanked all the way to like one of the
Yeah,
worst teams.
both times he left the Cavs, both times,
Uh-huh.
the first time and the second time.
They've went through like quite a few coaches actually too.
And then LeBron has actually played more like all-stars and competition in the finals than Jordan has by a lot. I mean, it's kind of proven. So with the 6-for-6, it's not as hard to go 6-for-6.
Especially with like how many All Stars Braun played in the finals compared like future Hall of Famers Braun played compared to like
LeBron's
Fernando.
gone to the finals 7 times already. Jordan's only done it 6 times out of 15 years. LeBron still has more time in him and already made it 7 times.
And his age doesn't really matter for him either.
And then also people's excuses are Jordan didn't play with as many All-Stars. Well, that's because it's not like it is now where people switch teams all the time. Jordan stayed on one team
Until he moved to the Wizards for like
All-Stars.
his last couple of years.
All-Stars where people were moving around, whether LeBron was moving or people were moving towards LeBron to switch teams.
Uh-huh.
So there's that fact. And people say, "Oh, LeBron needs talent to win," and Jordan didn't need to move teams to win. Well, it's because Jordan already had the talent, and they weren't moving from him, and Jordan wasn't moving either. I feel like Jordan, if he played in LeBron's era, he probably would do the same thing if he didn't have a good team either.
You'd have to be guarded by guys like Kawhi and all.
Nobody. He took Larry Hughes, like Drew Gooden, all these players that like are almost no names. I mean, you could argue that like Zydrunas Ilgauskas was good, Anderson Varejao was decent, and like Daniel Gibson was decent. But other than that, there's not much players on that team that did anything. And he brought that team to the finals at age 22.
He was the only one to make the All-Star team for them
And when
too.
Jordan, he never made the finals without Pippen, which is kind of saying something about when
Yeah.
people need help. So stuff like that. LeBron is probably gonna do more than Jordan by the end of his career. Like Will said, he's already been the first player to get 30,000 points, 8,000 rebounds, 8,000 assists. Like Jordan's got the scoring on him, but LeBron also already has more points
For now.
and has more assists. So LeBron's more like a primary playmaker, but still getting already more points than Jordan. So that's one of the factors too. And then there's gonna be more. Once you bring up more points, we'll have more stuff to say against it too, and say stuff for LeBron. And then people say, "Oh, LeBron has more," or LeBron's way higher on the turnovers list than Jordan. Well, LeBron also has the ball in his hands more and passing a lot more than Jordan passed. And then, so when it goes for Jordan fans, they say time or like the amount of this doesn't matter. But then when they bring up stuff like points, they're like, "Oh, that doesn't matter." But then they bring up turnovers and like, "Oh, well, yeah, that matters."
I gotta stop you here. You just passed 5 minutes, and that's gonna be all that for that argument. But I guess y'all got enough to know about what y'all arguments was. So let's open this up to an open conversation, guys. So yeah. OJ, what do you think? Let's start off with that just because it's more. They just had the last argument. And OJ, what do you think about this?
Well, first of all, they did not address my defense argument at all. As a matter of fact, they did, but the point they made was a very lazy point, right? And they say, and I quote because I'm taking notes, that if LeBron James played in the era that Jordan played, he would have had just as many defensive all defensive teams, but that's just not true. And
Not
how do
just
we know that's not true?
would have had
Go
more
ahead.
than he has now. I'm saying he would
Brown
have
is
more.
fat cock.
Hello?
Yeah.
Keep going. I didn't hear you.
I was saying like he wouldn't have. I'm not necessarily saying he'd have more, just as many. I'm saying he'd have more than he has now.
Okay. So my rebuttal to that is very simple. LeBron played in the same era as Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant has
Nice.
12. Hold on. Kobe Bryant has 12 NBA defensive teams. And he played in the same era. Matter of fact, Kobe played a little bit in Jordan's era, but the majority of his career was in Jordan's, because I believe LeBron got in the league in 2003. So yeah, Kobe in his era got 12 defensive all teams. So LeBron could have definitely got that many. But guys, again, if you watch basketball, you'll know that. Actually, I shouldn't say that. That maybe that comes off as rude. But if you're a student of the game, you'll notice that since LeBron went to the Heat, the dude literally does not play does not play defense. He doesn't. If you saw the 2011 finals, bro, which I saw every single one, and I actually went back to watch the highlights before this debate. Jay cooking this boy, bro. Do you know what Magic Johnson said before Game 6? He said, "Hey man, LeBron James need to just find a way to stop Jason Terry." Are you kidding me, man? There's no way someone would ever say to Michael Jordan, "Oh, you need to stop Jason Terry," who's a role player. A role player. That's who we're talking about. Jason Terry outperformed LeBron James. Jason Terry was a better player than LeBron James in the finals. That's what we're talking about. So in terms of defense, there's really no argument there. Like,
Well, you say when he went to the Heat, he stopped playing defense. Well, actually, most of his years in the Heat, he had more defensive win shares, higher defensive box plus minus than most of his years when he was in Cleveland.
I could answer that as well. But those are good stats. But what does your eye tell you, Matt? Let's be honest, bro. Over the years, since you've watched LeBron, does he take up the big opportunity? He doesn't do that when it counts the most. Now he will every now and then. He'll play tough defense on Kawhi like he did in this past playoffs, or he'll get that block on Iguodala. But let me give you an example, right? That the stats won't show against the Golden State Warriors in 2000. When was it when they had KD? 2017, right? Remember that famous shot that KD made? That big shot, I believe it was like Game 3. Well, in that shot, if you go back and watch it, I believe it was Stephen Curry that came up for a high screen on LeBron James. LeBron James allowed the switch, right? Because he didn't want that smoke from KD. And I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was Kyrie. I don't know who the switch was that went and guarded KD. And KD pulled up and he hit that shot. And that was a dagger. And that pretty much sealed. And they didn't win another game. That's what I'm talking about when it comes to the switches. LeBron did the same thing against Jimmy Butler in these playoffs, man. That's what my eyes tell me all the time when they do the switch. Man, he had a switch where Tyler Hero kept coming up and he didn't fight through it, bro. And then now all of a sudden, because he didn't switch, now KCP went on to Jimmy Butler and he was getting cooked. Jordan would not allow that, bro. Jordan's going to say, "I'm taking it. I'm a fuck." You kidding me, Tyler Hero? Tyler Hero's like 6'5", maybe $180, bro. Come on, man. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, he gets the blocks and things of that nature. But I'm talking about lockdown, consistent defense. Let's be honest, he doesn't do that. Kawhi does that. PG does that. Butler does that. Those are some of the small forwards that does that. But let's not act like LeBron plays defense consistently, bro. And to his defense, because he takes a lot of the offensive load, he gets tired, and I get that. Yeah. So as far as the defense, man, the stats are against you guys. Can you at least admit that? Defensively, the stats are way favoring Jordan.
Jordan's obviously a better defender, but there's times where LeBron also has played good defense.
Correct, I agree. Yeah, that's
also for when you said that they at the Cavs didn't win a game after Game 3, they won Game 4.
Yeah,
I missed that. Can you repeat that, please?
So basically, you said that the Cavs didn't win a game after Game 3 for the 2017 Finals. They won Game 4.
I could have been mistaken. You know what it is, Will? It's I don't remember the game that KD hit that shot. Do you know what I'm talking about? That one shot on the left side. That shot right there, once he made that, that's like the iconic shot of the 2017 front. That's what I'm talking about. If you go back to the highlights, either now or afterwards, And go look at the switch and how LeBron doesn't even fight it because he doesn't want that smoke with
Well,
KD.
I bet
I
part,
remember where I was when I was watching that last game.
well, I bet part of the reason LeBron switched was, I bet part of the reason was it'd be easier for someone else to get around that screen while he's stuck on the screen, where he could just go up in case KD takes the shot as LeBron's getting screened.
That
it
would
makes-
if it was a big that was setting the screen, I get that, but Curry, bro. And the thing is, you saw this. Remember, if you're watching it, KD's coming down with the ball. So Curry or whoever set, I'm assuming it's Curry, by the way. Whoever is setting it actually sets it a little early, and LeBron just accepts it. If he saw it coming, he could have actually went in front of
I
him
bet
at that
LeBron
point.
would want to get a foul fighting through that screen that late in the game, at that point in the game, to fight through it that hard, because there's certain times where the refs call fouls on those type of.
I mean that's fair, but I'm right now. I'm sure that we can agree that LeBron was a better defender. If we agree, then we
Also
can
got
move
a
on
fat
to
cat.
offense. Because really, there's no stats you could provide, man. I'm talking about 9 teams, defensive player of the year, 3-time steal leader. Like the stats are just overwhelming
Yeah, I mean,
on Jordan's side.
Part of the thing is the GOAT is the greatest basketball player ever. Like, LeBron has more of an impact on his team than Jordan ever has.
That's true.
Because okay, when Jordan left the Bulls, they literally went 55-27. I don't think a team that LeBron would leave would ever do that.
Okay, that's a fair argument.
And then
But
you haven't made this argument, but a lot of times Jordan fans say, oh, well, LeBron needs Ray Allen to hit this shot. LeBron needs Kyrie to hit this shot. Okay, I have 2 points that prove against that. There's times when Jordan's had Steve Kerr hit shots and other players on their team hit shots. And also, those shots wouldn't mean much. Okay, without LeBron's fourth quarter performance and his 3-pointer before that play, Ray Allen's shot wouldn't have meant anything. Also,
I make that argument all the time, bro. People forget that LeBron James had a 3-point shot right before I 100% agree.
Without LeBron's block, Kyrie's shot wouldn't have meant much. I mean, it still would have put him up, but it wouldn't have.
Facts.
Remember
Yeah.
in 2017 when I think it was like 2017 they were playing the Pacers. LeBron was. He took a 3-point shot from like I don't know, it was like near half court. Fucking swishes it. I do remember that. It was clutch.
Hey, no arguments here, man. Listen, I'm not of the mindset that LeBron gets carried. I'm not one of these people that sits there and say LeBron gets carried, man. I don't do that. To me, that's lazy. What I will say is that LeBron has played with 16 All-Stars, and Michael Jordan in his life, like when the Bulls were dominant, it was really Scottie Pippen that was the real bona fide All-Star. That's it. I could say that. I could say LeBron James has never won a finals game with less than 3 All-Stars on his team. I could say that.
Yeah, but
That's not the same as saying he got carried, though.
Wait, hold on, guys. So, so SKD clips up in here, but he said something here. He said, but he missed because he missed a shot though. So,
Who?
LeBron. He said, but he missed the shot. He did take the 3-point shot.
And that's another thing. So let's talk about that for a second, right? Michael, this is the biggest argument for Michael Jordan, bro. One of the biggest arguments, and people don't make it enough.
But this is the thing.
When
You
it
just said here. Before you say
Go ahead.
that, your argument before about the All Stars, I talked about that earlier. Where Jordan back in that era, there's not much players that left their team. Usually they stay on their team, and Jordan had his good team that he stuck with his whole career. If Jordan had like the early Cavs team in LeBron's career, and if he was in LeBron's spot, he definitely would have left teams to join some All-Stars too. If not, he probably wouldn't have brought that team to the finals either.
That's fair, but this is the thing, though.
In today's NBA,
A lot of people act like Jordan doesn't make people better around him, and that's the thing. That's a false narrative, right? Jordan does make people better around him. Or are we really sitting here we're gonna say that Steve Kerr was like a great player, or Paxson, or Harper, or all these other guys? You know, they got the spacing that they got because of Jordan and the threat that he possessed when he drove the ball, when he had the ball, and him commanding double teams. You know, so now does Jordan make players around him better in the same way that Chris Paul and LeBron James and Luka Doncic? No, he does not. But he does make players better around him in the way that Kobe Bryant made players better around him. So I do have to dispel that notion that he doesn't make players, better around him. So, but what I was gonna say is one of the biggest arguments for Jordan is that when the moment came, when it counted the most, in the highest stage, Jordan always delivered 100% of the time. Always, bro. 100. And this is not even one of these, 2011 with the Mavs. I mean, yeah, I could use that in there, but it's not just that. 100% of the time. And guess what? LeBron James, in every single finals, LeBron James was always the best player on the floor. There's never been one final where LeBron James was, where Jordan wasn't the best player on the floor. Not one. Not one. I can't say that for LeBron, bro. Against the Mavs, he wasn't the best player on the floor. He wasn't even the second best player on the floor because in the Mavs series, Bosh was better than him. Wade was better than him. Jason Terry was better than him.
Not Bosh or Jason Terry.
Check the stats. Check LeBron James averages in those series. But I'll give you that. Let's say I agree with you and Bosh, not Bosh in a way. Terry's numbers were better, and Dirk's number. Dirk was definitely better than him in those finals. 2017, who was the best player on the floor? Kevin Durant. Like, what are we talking about? 2004, granted he was young. Who was the best player on the floor? Tim Duncan. Like, I could use examples, guys, but there's never been one time where Michael Jordan in the greatest moments in the finals where he wasn't the best player. And he delivered every single time, bro. He's not even going to a game 7. And can I address one thing real quick? I'm going to address the whole, and this is the biggest argument that LeBron lovers use, which is the notion that Jordan did not face anybody. That you guys love that argument. What is the name of the TikToker that you like, Matt? Was it Sponhauer? I forgot his name.
Yeah, that.
He had a TikTok that was absolutely amazing, bro. One of the best TikToks I've ever seen, bro. And when I saw it, I'm like, this guy knows his stuff. And basically what he said in the TikTok is that, yes, Jordan's finals opponents were not as strong as LeBron's. However, Jordan's path to the finals was a lot harder than LeBron. And he hit the nail on the head, bro. Think about the teams that LeBron faced, bro, on his road to the finals, man. You guys have to understand when Jordan played in his era, the East was the big dog league, the conference. It wasn't the West, bro. I'm talking about Larry Bird in his Celtics, Isaiah Thomas, and his Pistons, you and all those guys. So his path
this year.
Huh?
Look at LeBron's path this year.
Yeah, look at LeBron's path this year. But guess what? Look at LeBron's opponent, one of the weakest. Let me tell you something. The Vegas odds for the Heat and the Lakers is one of the biggest in the history of the NBA. I'm talking about the difference margin. It was one of the lowest ratings, bro. Did anyone believe that Heat were going to beat the Lakers, bro? And it proves my point. So you said, look at this. It proves my point.
People had the Clippers odds over the Lakers, but
people that hate LeBron, you know what they say? The LeBron haters, they say, oh, LeBron can't do it in the West, man. LeBron, I don't believe that. LeBron proves that he could do it in the West. But guess what? The opposite is true. Look who he faced. The Heat? Are you kidding me, bro? Come on,
Matthew.
And I'll be honest with you. Let's say it wasn't the Heat. Let's say it was Boston.
Giannis in the Bucks, because you wouldn't have been using this argument if the Bucks were in the finals.
Yeah,
Matthew, he was. But here's the thing, though. LeBron was
to be honest with you,
to win a lot of those games. Though.
If the Bucks were in the finals, I would have the Lakers in 5. I wasn't a big believer in the Bucks, bro. I wasn't.
Well, it's because it's just Giannis, because Chris Middleton isn't really that clutch except for one game. He's not 100% consistent.
It's not just Chris Middleton, though. It's not just Chris Middleton. Eric Bledsoe has been trash.
If they hadn't let go of Malcolm Brogdon, they probably would have made it like a few more games out.
You guys have to understand something. When you're talking about the playoffs, that's why I don't really care what the Bucks do in the regular season. When you're in the playoffs, it reveals all of your flaws, man. The flaws are gonna come out. And so
this is the thing. When you say LeBron,
Danny Green.
That was one game though.
What was one game?
Oh no! I thought you were talking about the shot. My bad.
Danny Green was.
Yeah, Danny Green did. Yeah, Danny Green was bad. Danny Green.
He's
being like that.
Danny Green literally got worse and worse and worse. His best series was Blazers, and he just kept going down and down and down.
He did. He's kind of dog.
All right, but listen. When you guys say Jordan had a hard path to the finals, just because there's a couple good players on the team doesn't mean they aren't deep teams. Like, there's videos showing his path to the like debunking that whatever you're trying to say, because their bench and other players on that starting 5, their defense was horrible. Like, they've showed clips of them just like letting Jordan drive by, or just letting other players drive right past them, or shoot wide open threes. Like Steve Kerr shooting wide open threes on them.
Let's talk about it.
Just let's talk about it.
I have one thing. I just wanted to bring up one thing. So, not only the path to the finals, but whenever he did make the finals, he also played teams like Portland Trailblazers, who only had Clyde Drexler and all those, and
Exactly.
usually
Exactly.
only one good player.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm not gonna be supporting either LeBron or Jordan.
But guess what?
He's
But guess
supporting
what?
some like
That doesn't go against my argument. Remember how I started this entire this side conversation? How I started it with Spottenhauer or whatever his name is in that TikTok that he made. So I agree with what you're saying. At the end of the day, really what it comes down to is LeBron does not control who he plays if he's in the East. And he doesn't control his finals. The same thing for Michael Jordan. You could only play who's in front of you. But my whole thing is keep the same energy. That's all I'm trying to
Why are
say.
you making the point that? Why are you making the point that he played the Heat then?
I'm making the point so I can be consistent. I'm making the point that even though this was probably one of his toughest paths, which is the West, because he had to play Blazers, Rockets, Denver, three
Yeah, but
very
you don't
good
make that
teams.
point with Jordan. You don't make the point that maybe Jordan had a hard path, but the finals are easy.
I said that before I started this. I referenced Spottenhauer's TikTok, and I said that Jordan's finals opponents were easier than or not as difficult as LeBron's finals. I started out with that, bro.
Back then, people can say, "Oh, Jordan had a more physical era," but it definitely wasn't like a hard era. Like teams maybe played more physical, but just the other players on the team that like besides like the good legends and all stars that were on the teams back then, the other players on the team were really not that good and would not
Well,
be today.
I mean, yeah, maybe the other players, but let's not act like it was more physical. It was definitely more physical, man. If you watch, every now and then I watch ESPN Classic. I watch some of the old school Knicks team. Those Knicks, those guys were gonna knock you on your behind, bro. Those Pacers team with Rick Smith and those guys, those Detroit Pistons teams. Are you kidding? Listen, man, the stuff that they used to do, now you get thrown out with a fragrant too. But so as far as LeBron or Jordan's path, let's not act like the Celtics. Those Celtics squads, that's an all-time great. I'm talking about Robert Parrish, Larry Bird, Kevin McHale. We're talking about like Hall of Famers, bro. These guys were, and you want to talk about the Detroit? These are legendary teams, bro.
Yeah, but if you
The
really
bad
think
boys.
that were good
What
back
legendary? Listen, what legendary team did LeBron face on his way to the finals? He faced legendary finals opponents, but not on his way to the East, bro. Let's think about the teams he faced. He faced Detroit, an Asian Detroit team. He faced a Boston Celtics team, which Kevin Garnett was no longer in his prime. Neither was Ray Allen. They were aging or whatever. They had won like 2 years previous against the
Ray Allen
Lakers.
wasn't in his prime, then how was he good on the Heat? And that was past the Celtics.
You don't have to be in your prime to be good. Ray Allen's prime was with the Milwaukee Bucks. He was no longer in his prime by the time he got to Boston. Neither was Kevin Garnett.
He was good in Boston when they won the championship.
No. He was very good in Boston when he won his championship. Yeah, you're absolutely right. That doesn't mean he was in his prime, bro. Let me ask you a question. You think Rondo is in his prime? No, bro. Rondo's not in his prime. But guess what? Rondo was very good for the Lakers these playoffs. Just because you're very good, it doesn't mean you're in your prime. Dwight Howard had a very good playoff run, bro. This is one of the best Dwight Howards we've seen in years. But is Dwight Howard in his prime? Come on, no, of course not. So to me, you can play very well and not still be in your prime is what I'm trying to say. Like, I grew up watching Ray Allen, bro. I watched them Sonics, bro. I watched all these guys, man. That's why I have a little bit greater context than you guys. And I'm not saying that, oh, I'm older. I know better than you. But literally, when I watched these things, I was either like your age or older. So I was able to conceptualize it more as opposed to being like 5 years old and watching it or whatever the case may be. So
you know what's funny about that? That you said that, right? And another player who came to mind was also Michael Jordan. He made an all-star team with the Wizards, and that's not his prime. It's not all his prime.
Not only did he make an all-star team with the Wizards, he was playing defense with the Wizards. The dude never stopped playing defense, bro. I hope you guys realize I'm a big-time LeBron fan. If you see my TikToks, I defend LeBron all the time.
Okay, bro, but I think you gotta put him at number 2 over Kareem. Kareem is not better than LeBron. Just because Kareem has a signature move does not mean he's better than LeBron.
Wait, hold on. Before we start, do you want to get into one more argument for this? And that was the Kareem and Wilt, because we had a discussion about that.
Oh, Kareem is better.
No, but like y'all said, like Kareem. Okay, how about Kareem versus LeBron? Y'all want to do that because y'all had something to say about Kareem, and I just want to get into that.
Well, but this is No, I want to keep doing the Jordan and LeBron debate because that's just more.
Alright.
Well, by the way, for the record, officially, I do have Kareem above LeBron, but to me, I'm not that strong on it. It could flip either way. It's not something I strongly like. Oh my gosh, Kareem is absolute number 2. I just think, and I'm not gonna even use the whole skyhook thing, right? Kareem has like what 5 or 6 championship rings. He's
but
won
this
with
is-
multiple teams.
If he played
Like,
in today's era, he wouldn't be as good.
you
That's
can't
fact.
say that though. That's pure
Yeah.
speculation though. It's pure
No,
speculation,
it's
bro.
true.
And the reason you can't say that, he has the most unstoppable offensive move in the game. What do you mean he wouldn't be there?
That's the most unstoppable of ever, though.
Excuse me?
That's the most unstoppable move ever, though. Yeah, and when he was in college, he played for one of the greatest college coaches of all time, and John Wooden. He probably is the greatest college coach of all time, but still.
Yeah. I mean,
He's played for so many Hall of Fame people.
Kareem
played in
Abdul-Jabbar.
Magic, the best
Listen, you're
point
not
guard
stopping that
ever.
sky hook. You're just
know.
not stopping the sky hook, bro. So real quick, I'm just gonna say this about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and then we could move on because I'm more focused on Jordan not being the GOAT. 19-time All-Star. He scored the most points in the entire NBA. He's a scoring champ.
LeBron would have done the same thing. Jordan would have done the same thing if he played during Kareem's time.
No, Jordan. Then again, Jordan sat out those 2 years for baseball. If he
Jordan
hadn't sat out those 2
played-
years,
Bro,
then he probably would have led the league in scoring, like of all time. I
So
think
you're
he could
saying
have caught up.
So you're saying that Jordan could have done the same thing in Kareem's time, but Kareem retired in '89. Jordan got to the league
Exactly,
like
but-
'83,
Yeah, but
'84.
Kareem
So
also.
let's not act
Yeah,
like
so
their
they
errors are
84.
that their errors are not that different, bro.
Jordan's
They
career started-
played in
Kareem
the
played
league
in
together for like 7
Kareem
years.
played
started-
and play with players who were good in 2 eras. He played with Wilton. He played with Wilton, all those old dogs, and then he played with Larry Bird and all those players as well.
He played
He was
as like he played as a
That's the
king
thing.
for like 5
That's the
years
thing.
maybe.
Okay,
He played
Kareem
in 2. He played in the
Kareem-
transition era, kind of.
Kareem retired in the 80s. Jordan started his career in the 80s. Like they didn't play together that much. Kareem played more in the 70s, and did he start in the 60s?
He started in '69.
Yeah, he started in 69.
He played from '69 to '89, and I think Jordan got drafted in '83.
And then I bet
84.
all these teams
84.
that-
He got drafted in
you're making
84.
the point- You're making the point that
He got drafted right after Sam Bowie, who was a bust.
Listen, I'm not the fact that he scored the most points. That's not really like okay. That's just one stat, but again, don't discount the fact that this dude was a 2-time scoring champ, 19-time All-Star, 6-time MVP, 4-time block champ, 15-time All-NBA, 16-time, like 11-time All-Defensive. If you look at put it this way, if you're talking purely stats, his stats are better than LeBron's. If you're talking just purely stats, you cannot debate it, bro.
I know, but
The numbers are there. So the notion that you guys love that argument, man. The whole era argument.
LeBron's statistically better than Jordan
Mm-hmm.
No,
In
not
the
at
draft,
all.
though.
Not at all.
with points, rebounds, and assists. That proves.
Those can be
Nope.
deceiving, though. Those can be deceiving.
I'm gonna let you finish that argument. I could easily rebut it, but go ahead. I'll let you finish.
Well, this is what I was gonna say earlier. You bring up the point that Jordan had a harder path to the finals. I bet like players like Andre Drummond, some of these other players would have been just as good as like some of the best players that Jordan went against back in that era. Just because not everybody was good. Okay, there were some teams, just like some of the playoff teams that were pretty good and stuff. But pretty much the rest of the NBA wasn't that good. I mean, there's still some teams that were good and some players that were good, but a lot of the teams that you say LeBron faced less competition, they would have been better back then, like statistically better, because it wasn't a less hard era.
What?
Yeah,
But that's pure speculation, though. That's the problem with your argument. It hinges completely on speculation. That is the problem with your argument,
it was
bro.
an easier era. It was just kind of proven that it's an easier era. back
Okay,
then.
so
It
right now,
wasn't
a
proven, though.
lot of
You
your
can't prove it. You cannot prove it. It's purely your opinion, though. That's the thing. If anything, I can use stats. I can use stats to prove my point that that era was harder. I can sit there and say that, you know what, the reason it's hard is because you cannot do hand checking now. Now they call fouls more. Now what would have been a common foul back then, now in today's NBA, they're gonna call it a flagrant foul. So if you want to use stats, I could and rule changes, I could use that to make a better argument that it was harder back then. but you cannot do that. That's the problem, bro. Do you realize that they changed the NBA rules to make it more of an offensive driven league, bro? So they can get more ratings? That doesn't make it, it makes it harder for you to defend, bro. So I don't know. Do you realize that when the Knicks played Michael Jordan in the playoffs, bro, they had one plan. Whenever he drives, knock him on his behind.
I literally said your point earlier. Jordan's era was more physical, but still, it wasn't as like hard as it is now.
No, don't say that. You know what would make more sense, Matt? If you said today's era was more skilled, that makes more sense, bro. I'll help you with your own argument.
All right,
if you say that I'll take. I'll accept that because that makes more sense. Because yeah, I could, or you could say that today's NBA is more skilled or more perimeter oriented. That's a more fair argument. But to say that it wasn't as good back then, that's speculative.
Well, I mean, no, there's videos that prove it, that the defense back then was like most players didn't play as much defense as it's played now.
Video is not proof though, because the thing about video is you're looking at through your own lens. So you and I can look at the same footage and see two different things. But what is indisputable is rule changes. You cannot hand check me. That's a fact. That's not speculation.
That's what I just said though. It's more physical back then. I'm not saying it. That doesn't make the whole league a lot more difficult.
Bro, let me tell you guys something, bro. If Michael Jordan played in today's era, Jordan would have no cap 40 points easy. Do you guys see what James Harden is doing, bro? James Harden gets to the line like 10 times a game, bro. James Harden, he's scoring 20 points on the line easy, bro. Are you kidding me? Jordan would go to the line. Jordan would average 40, bro. This is Jordan. Listen, bro, think about the way that Jordan scored his points and compare that to, I'm comparing Jordan to Harden because Harden lately he's been leading the league in points. Jordan, half of his points are free throws. The other half are step back lazy threes, which half of the time he travels on there. Jordan, man, he was working for those buckets. He was getting put on his butt, turnaround jumper, footwork, all that, man. Jordan's overall body of game offensively was way better than LeBron James, bro. And that's my biggest argument when it comes to Jordan and LeBron. Jordan okay, here we go. Here's my last argument. As a player, Jordan had no flaws. Can we say the same about LeBron? Don't worry, I'll wait. I want you guys to say he was flawless.
You're just going to bring up defense, which
nope, I'm not going to bring up defense. We're done with defense. I'm going to ask you a question. Is LeBron's game flawless? Yes or no?
LeBron's game, but I mean on offense,
offense. We're done with defense. We're talking about offense now. On offense, is LeBron's game flawless?
If LeBron's game is flawless, then Jordan's is too. If you say Jordan's game isn't flawless, then LeBron's isn't. I mean, LeBron does what Jordan does.
It's actually a simple question. You're complicating it.
He's good at fade. Like he can shoot fades, which you brought up earlier. But
nope.
He's a way better playmaker, passer. He can do everything.
That's not what I'm talking about. You're still not there. Two things. LeBron has two glaring weaknesses, right? Jordan has zero glaring weaknesses at all offensively. This is weakness number one, which is undisputable, his free throws. Now, you might say I'm nitpicking or splitting hairs. If we're talking about the GOAT, you better believe I'm going to split hairs and nitpick. LeBron James has always been a horrible free throw shooter. Part of the reason is LeBron hates getting to the line. Why does he hate getting to the line? Because he has to shoot free throws, which he'll probably miss. What is LeBron's free throw percentage career? It's like 66. It's horrible. So that's a massive flaw. Massive flaw. You cannot dispute that. Jordan did not have. It's number two, the second flaw, glaring flaw that LeBron has. When it's time to get a bucket, LeBron does not have a go-to move. This is what LeBron does when it's time. He might shoot it, but this is what LeBron does typically.
LeBron can take it to the hoop.
LeBron will take the ball, he'll backpedal, and then he'll drive. He's not gonna cross you up. He ain't gonna do nothing flashy. He's just gonna bulldoze his way.
Well, yeah,
that's not a move. That's called, guess what? What is that called? Athleticism. Okay. You want to know what? You know what's funny? If you guys saw First Take.
Your point's kind of dumb because if you can do what you can do best when the game's on the line, you're going to do what you can do best. And that's LeBron can do that and almost every time. So I don't know why you want to do that.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. Matthew, I'm glad you brought that up. Why didn't he do that against Dallas Mavericks? And when you answer that question, I'll tell you the answer when you're done. Why didn't LeBron James keep driving the ball against the Dallas Mavericks? And before you answer that question, I'll remind you of a first take episode where Mark Cuban came on the show and completed the short escape Bayless. Why?
Most of the reason why is most likely because they had a really good defender in Tyson Chandler.
Tyson Chandler's a center. He's not guarding LeBron James.
No, but when LeBron gets in the paint.
But it doesn't matter. I'll answer it. So that's a good point. Tyson Chandler was very good defensive, but that wasn't all it though, right? Because LeBron James could still score against. I mean, because when they played Orlando Magic in the playoffs, Dwight Howard was that. Even though Dwight Howard in his prime was a better defender than Tyson Chandler, Dwight Howard didn't prove to be a problem. But my point is this: look at how Dallas played LeBron James. They said, shoot, because like, what are you gonna do? So LeBron James did not have a go-to move. They gave LeBron space, and that was what it was, bro.
We were acting like LeBron had the ball in his hands the whole entire game. I think Dwayne Wade that series had the ball in his hands more than LeBron did.
Maybe, but my whole point is this is not on you, LeBron James. You want to know why? Because LeBron James, when you succeed, you get the lion's share of credit. So that means when you fail, you're gonna get the lion's share of blame. That's how it works.
Hey,
that's how it works.
First thing I gotta ask you: how do you think Jordan would have done if he had swapped teams with LeBron? If he had been on that 2018 Cavs team when LeBron carried them all the way to the finals, do you think he would have done the same thing? Because all it was LeBron, because Kevin Love, halftime he wasn't there. JR.
Yeah, and when people argue, when people say, "Oh, LeBron's 4-7 in the finals, he can't win games," part of that reason is
look at the teams he's been on.
Kyrie and Kevin Love getting injured, and I think 2 finals.
They got injured I'm pretty sure they got injured in 2015.
Yeah, 2015 and I think 17. That Kyrie was out, or Kevin Love got out with the hand injury, or Kyrie did, one of the two.
So I'll answer that question. That's actually a pretty good question. It's a fair question. To be honest with you, first of all, let's assume Jordan takes that Cavs team to the finals. I don't think they beat the Spurs. Full stop. They don't beat the Spurs. But to your more pertinent question, can he even take that Cavs team to the finals? Probably not. If I were to guess, I would say no. But again, it's so much speculation, bro. Because you have to think, like in today's NBA, you put Michael Jordan on that Cavs team. Michael Jordan might mess around and average 40 points, and he might take them to the finals anyways. But I just don't know, because guess what? That East team, bro, he's not facing no one. He's not facing no Pistons team, no Celtics team. So that one it's hard to say, bro, because no matter how I answer, it's gonna be speculation.
Different, and since they couldn't hand check, maybe the defense wouldn't be as good.
Yeah, I will say this though: the one point
wouldn't be as good without the
one point I will admit to you and I'll give you is that LeBron James, the way that his talent is set up, it's set up in a way to where he can thrive with lesser talent in a way, right? If that makes sense, because he's naturally a facilitator.
I've seen a lot of Jordan fans say LeBron is the best basketball player of all time, not the GOAT, like the most skilled, but not the GOAT. In LeBron's IQ and knowledge, I think it's way far more better than Jordan's.
100% correct. 100% agreed.
In the way LeBron sees the game and while he's on the floor, it's a whole nother level than like anyone that's ever played basketball.
100% facts. And the fact that he's 6'9", it helps. You're right. I don't disagree with that, bro. But when you're talking about weakness, when you're talking about the fact that LeBron or Michael Jordan had no weakness defensively, he's one of the greatest defensive players, much better defender than LeBron James. So I already have you one up.
MJ was a really below average 3-point shooter for his career.
Yeah, we can talk about that. Listen, guys, I've heard all of these arguments. Let's talk about it, bro. Let's talk about the 3-point.
I wanted to bring up.
Today basketball is literally about the 3-point. If you don't have a 3-point shot, you're most likely not going to win.
That's era. So Michael Jordan, like during his era, the 3-point was developing. There wasn't a spot. There wasn't like, I mean, who was it? I forgot his name, but like there wasn't many.
Bring up the eras.
No, there were a lot of good shooters when Jordan played. There was a lot of good shooters.
There wasn't like Stephen Curry or anybody. So like bringing up like this 3-point, it's very hard to do because you gotta realize that the 3-point was
Lucky,
still developing.
let me do this for you. It's so easy, bro. The reason it's easy, bro, because like LeBron guys, I've heard every argument. That's one of their favorite, the whole 3-point thing.
And
To
to be
Ducky's
honest, and to
point,
be honest,
bro.
that
LeBron
LeBron
today's
James
NBA
isn't even
today-
like a top 5 3-point shooter. So yes, he
It's
is better than
also
Jordan. But
just,
whenever you
like,
put a player in group, you're not gonna take LeBron as a 3-point shooter. He might be better, but
LeBron
he
is a
does,
below average 3-point shooter. So
Yeah,
I
he's
don't
not-
I
you're
don't
not
know
gonna
why
be
people
taking him
bring
in.
up I don't know why do LeBron fans bring up 3-point shooting?
in an era that
Do you
is
guys
more
realize?
3-point.
And this go
Dude,
ahead.
bro, you can't bring up in an era that's more 3-point shooting. That's like
No,
mainly
no.
That's
Because
no, no,
the
that's
three
mainly
point
the
was still developing whenever Jordan was there. Name me
Watch
players
this.
who
It was
were
around for like. 5
There's a
years, I
bunch
think.
of good shooters back then. A lot of good shooters. I don't know.
okay. No. Tell me the players, and I'll tell you who's better than them.
I could easily shut this down. I saw TikTok the other day, and I wish I knew the name of the dude. He broke it down perfectly. And basically, what he was talking about is that back in Jordan's era, they shot way more 2-point shots than they did in today's era. If you cannot shoot a 3-point shot, you have no chance. Period, bro. The league has completely changed. And the people that use the argument, Jordan did a 3-point shot. Guys, you do realize that LeBron James' shooting percentage was only 1.6 higher than Jordan?
Well,
That's
still
it,
more.
bro.
But
That's
still higher.
it's still higher. Okay,
Mhm.
I'm gonna give you a stat. I knew this was coming. I have it written down. Don't worry, I knew this argument was coming. Hold on, where is it right now? Hold on, let me give you a stat. Check this out. In every single one of LeBron James seasons as a professional, and I bet you guys have never heard these stats, right? The majority of his points have come from 3 feet and lower. 3 feet on every single one. Jordan, that's not the case at all because
Yeah,
Jordan was
but
hitting
you
jump
can't
shots.
say
Hold on, let me finish.
Jordan-
The reason I say that is now that brings up LeBron's shooting efficiency. A lot of it is transitions. A lot of it is layups, dunks, and
But
things
people
like that.
bring this up. Like, look at Giannis is winning MVPs with, I bet, way more shots between 3 feet than LeBron. Like, what you're saying. And Giannis,
I agree with that, but that doesn't do anything to my argument. I completely agree
well,
with
this
that.
is the thing.
And
Your
Giannis is
argument-
also not the best player in the NBA. He's not even top 4. That whole MVP thing means nothing, bro. All it says is, oh, you're the best player this year. That's it, statistically. Giannis is not top 5 to me. Giannis is not better than LeBron, KD. He's not better than AD. And he's not better than Kawhi. You could even make an argument that he's not better than Curry, honestly. But I won't go that far since he's won it back to back. So that's really not a good argument.
When I
bro.
gave you the list, my top 5 list, you said you agreed with it. I think I had Giannis at 4.
Yeah, he's
only thing you would change-
no higher
The
than
only
4.
thing you would change about it is that you'd switch Harden out with AD.
And by the way, you guys were talking about points earlier. I have another stats for you. Michael Jordan reached close to 30,000 points in his first 11 seasons, right? It took LeBron James 15 seasons. So again, and the only reason I bring up that stat is because people love to talk about the whole efficiency thing, bro. You know what I mean? So, but
You agreed with my top 5 list. I had Giannis at 3.
so we agree that let's basically bring this all together. We agree that Jordan's the better defender. We agree that Jordan, as far as intangibles, actually, we didn't talk much about intangibles. You're talking about legacy, what he did for the game, the impact of the game, willpower, all the intangibles. Jordan was better, hands down.
No, people like Curry. I don't see Jordan impacting the game that much. I mean, he didn't do much to change the game. I mean, not really.
Kidding me? Right? You see, man?
Dude,
Like, what do you think?
Are you?
Look at Jordan.
Jordan had one of the biggest
You
impacts.
see,
on
now
the
you're
NBA.
showing your age, bro.
Look
You're
at
showing.
Curry.
I'm looking at the camera. You're showing your age now. I'm gonna look at you at the camera, bro.
No,
You
look
saying
at
he didn't do
Curry.
much?
Look at
Did
Curry.
you know prior to Michael Jordan, the NBA was a domestic affair? Michael Jordan really brought basketball to the international stage and made it as big as it is today. Michael Jordan is single-handedly did more for for NBA than any other player for any other sport. The only other argument you can make is Tiger Woods. You can make an argument for Tiger Woods for golf. Not Gretzky did as much for hockey as Jordan did for basketball.
Curry's changing basketball more than anyone has.
Curry changed the X's and O's. Boy, yes, I'll give you that. The X's and O's. But if you're talking about basketball, if you're talking about in terms of NBA as a
Curry
league,
did change the fact that now half these like little kids start watching basketball in 2015. They don't think that there's NBA existence. Before 2015, they think Curry's the GOAT.
yeah,
I know
but I
a
mean, yeah, if you're
I
talking
know a
about
kid
X,
that thinks like that. You should get him too.
yeah,
It'd
if
be
you're
pretty
talking
funny.
about X's, so Will and Matthew, if you're talking about X's and O's, yes, I agree. Curry probably changed the game more than Jordan because now you got to shoot threes. But you're talking about NBA as a league, Jordan, he literally put the NBA to the stratosphere, bro.
You mean he put him on the
Do you
map?
You guys realize that Nike was terrible before Jordan, right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
Yeah,
Reebok was actually,
he
like-
wanted to. Here's the thing: he wanted to choose Adidas, but Adidas wouldn't sign him, so he went to Nike. And
yeah,
Nike
and
was-
at the time, Nike, no one cared about Nike.
And they went on-
Nobody cared about
Nike was just there like making
No.
shoes. That's all. Like they didn't have any good brand line. They just had. And once Jordan came out,
The shit was Adidas and
started
Converse.
rolling. They started rolling.
And Jordan, guys, when you think about sports, when you
Okay, but
think
listen.
about like Jordan is synonymous with basketball. Gretzky
Jordan-
is synonymous with hockey. Babe Ruth, Hank Aaron are synonymous with baseball.
There was
For the
another
NFL,
point
it's a
made
little
here
bit
in the
different. It's
chat.
about-
More points. Here's some better
And-
points. Like, if you really think about it, Jordan, I think he's 1 for 9 without Pippen. And when you guys say, "Oh, LeBron's not a winner; he doesn't win the finals," and you're bringing up all these finals that he loses and stuff, he doesn't always have the same person that's always gonna help him get wins. Like Jordan loses all these games and all these playoffs and all these.
LeBron had Pippen.
Okay,
That
watch this. Watch this. Name me one player that's in the top 10 of the NBA that did it without help. Go ahead and name it to me. Because you want to know what? There's only one team that you could name in the past 20 years in this generation that did it without any like superstar. That's Detroit Pistons in 2004 against the Lakers. Besides that, listen, bro, what are we talking about? This is why it's not fair. Want to know why the argument is so lazy? The whole Pippen argument. Matter of fact, I'm gonna destroy the Pippen argument right now. You ready? I'm gonna destroy the Pippen argument.
No, well, the Pippen argument.
Why is it that we say to Jordan, "Oh, you had Pippen"? How about Kobe? There's some people out there, they still put Kobe above LeBron James. Yet guess what? Kobe had Shaq, bro. Kobe had Shaq. So what are we talking about?
But people who say that
Kobe
are
had 3 chips.
people who say that are kind of delusional because I don't even have Kobe in my top 5, so I don't know why people would be bringing up
A
that.
lot of
Kobe-
people have Kobe in their top 5, and if they had it in their top 5, I wouldn't be crazy upset about it. I don't have him in my top 5.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why we don't. That's why we don't say, "Oh, Kobe couldn't do without Shaq." That's exactly why we don't say it, just because.
Yeah, but
not-
he's still a top 10 player, though. That's my whole point. He's still a top 10 player.
But then
My
why-
point is everybody needed help. If you look at all the GOATs, you look at Kareem. Guess what? Kareem played with Oscar Robinson. He played with James Worthy and Magic Johnson. Like he did. You know what I'm saying? Wilt played with some greats. Shaq played with Kobe. Kobe played with Shaq. Jordan played with Pippen. That's it.
How about
But
the
this is-
0304
but-
Pistons
but
team? 0304
the last
Pistons
thing
team.
I'll say-
They had literally no one.
The last thing I'll say with the whole Jordan
Big
Pippen thing, bro.
Lakers,
Before Pippen got to the Bulls, Michael Jordan was already the best basketball player in the world. That's where that whole Pippen argument it goes out the window, bro. Michael Jordan in 1986, 85, Jordan became the best player in the league. As a matter of fact, in 1998, Jordan arguably had his greatest season.
Okay, but you're bringing that
Jordan
up. But
won the MVP that season, and he won Defensive Player of the Year, and he
But
averaged 35 points a game. LeBron doesn't have any season that's close to that.
you know how many people I've heard say that Pippen's the greatest teammate of all time? I don't see anyone saying that about any of LeBron's teammates.
No, they don't say that. They say that Pippen's the greatest Robin of all time, which is not the same thing.
No, I've
What-
seen a lot
why
of
is
people
this?
say.
You say that? Why is this? I'm gonna shut that down real easy.
You won't
Simple
because
question.
I've seen so many people say he's the greatest teammate. I don't see anyone saying that about LeBron.
I have.
All right,
have
watch this.
very
I
few
got an
people
answer
know
for that.
Shut that down. You can't.
I
shut
got an
that-
answer for that. Who's a better player, AD right now or Scottie Pippen in his prime? Who's better?
I mean, you could argue AD, but you could also argue
But-
Scottie.
You can
there's no-
absolutely
Argument
not
can go
argue.
both
Wait,
ways.
what did
Nah,
LeBron
bro.
do before AD?
See, bro, if we're
LeBron
gonna
before
do
AD.
that, now I know for a fact you guys are
You
capping,
say-
bro.
What?
If we're gonna sit here,
say-
you guys
wait,
are gonna
did you
sit
say-
here.
Oh my God! He just said, "What did LeBron do before AD?"
No. With the Lakers.
He was injured. He was injured all last season. He was injured for over
Wait a
half.
minute.
Before
Wait
he
a
got
minute. Hold on a
injured,
second.
they were literally
You guys are
forcing
gonna
him
say
to him.
you.
This guy,
Hold on.
bro,
I got a question.
the
Time
guy,
out.
bro. This guy does
I got a
not know about
question.
anything about basketball. He just said, "What did LeBron do with the Lakers before AD?" He was injured half the season. Had nobody on the roster to do anything to help.
Yeah,
That's the reason
but
they had after all.
What do you
before they got
expect LeBron to do?
before he got injured, they weren't very good though. And let's be
They were
honest.
a 4th seed.
Okay, but would they have made the finals? Let's be honest, bro.
Wait, who?
Also,
Would they
that
have made
team.
the finals?
With
They
who?
probably would have made it. They probably would have made a trade deadline, honestly. But then
Come on,
Brown
bro.
got
They're-
injured. and
they're
it
not
tanked,
Okay,
winning
so
that's an
why
if.
they
That's a
didn't.
big if. That's a big if.
They're not making the finals, bro. And the thing is,
What?
bro, I realize, man, you guys, some of the things.
He could have made the
some of the
finals.
things you
Look what he
guys
did with the Cavs team.
Okay.
That Lakers team is almost just as bad, if not a little better than that Cavs team that he played with during his early years.
It's funny you
True.
guys are talking about. I'm still on the whole Pippen thing, and I realize you guys are capping. Yeah, sure, they're
No.
capping right now. For you
Don't
guys to
people-
sit here with a straight face, well, I can't see your face, but to sit here and say that it's a toss up between Pippen and AD, bro. Are you kidding me right now, bro? That's how I
I mean,
know,
AD
bro.
I mean, okay, AD's a
I
better
did
Come on,
not
bro.
once
Let's-
said
let's
the
not
word
do that.
top.
80's a better scorer than Pippen, but Pippen probably did more for the Bulls. Like, not saying offensively and defensively, because
Wow.
80's also a really good defender, but Pippen grabbed rebounds with, like, also Rodman there, but Pippen did everything, and I don't know if you
Watch
realize.
this.
I don't know if you realize how good Pippen was. I don't know if you.
I do. I think Pippen was probably a top 30 player. Pippen was very good, but guess what? Look, AD contributed to the Lakers offensively more than Pippen, and this is gonna kill you guys. When you hear this, he contributed more defensively as well. Pippen was a very good perimeter defender. AD is a very good perimeter defender. He's also a very good interior defender. Do you guys want to know why the
So is
AD
Pippen.
killed the Heat so
Pippen.
much?
So is
Part of the
Pippen.
reason, let me tell you guys why AD is so good defensively, bro. It's not just the fact that he gets blocked shots. It's the fact that it doesn't matter who he switches on, he can guard. Do you guys remember when they played the Blazers a couple years ago? He kept switching to Dame Lillard. They shut out the Blazers, bro, 4-0 because of his
Are you not
ability to
saying-
switch, bro.
Yeah, but look at you're bringing up one point. Do you not see what happened when AD switched on Jamal Murray? He hit like in that series. Jamal Murray hit like 4 clutch shots on AD, and that's just one series.
Yeah,
Oh,
Jamal Murray's a pretty good player. And not only that, I could say you want to use Scottie Pippen. I could say LeBron had 2 players that are better than Scottie Pippen.
Dame hit the
AD's
game
better
winner
than
on
Scottie
AD.
Pippen, and Dwayne Wade is better than Scottie Pippen.
Okay, Dwayne Wade's a better player than Scottie Pippen. I don't know if he's a better teammate for LeBron as Pippen's a better teammate for Jordan.
How about coaches though?
And listen to what I just said though. D Wade's a better player, but I don't know if Pippen is a better, or I don't know if D
Let's
Wade's
talk about coaches.
LeBron.
Can we
than-
talk about
than
coaches?
Pippen was. No, but look, I don't.
You
D-Wade's
brought it
obvi-
up.
I know, but D Wade's obviously a better player. But he's probably not as good of a teammate to LeBron as Pippen was to Jordan, and that's kind of
Okay,
obvious.
but guess what? I want the better player.
I want a
Listen,
better
bro.
teammate because if you have a better teammate, you're gonna win games. If you have two, let's say
True.
this.
You
let's
also
say-
need chemistry.
Yeah, exactly. Let's say you put D
Alright.
Wade and Curry.
I-
Let's say you
again,
put D Wade and
I-
Curry on the same team.
I've
They're not
heard
gonna
this argument before. Guess what?
Listen,
KD
bro.
was
Wait,
KD was
OJ,
not
OJ, tell me
KD
this.
was not the best fit for the KD was not the best fit for the Warriors, guys. He
Exactly.
wasn't.
They still
He
were
wasn't.
forced.
And listen
But
to this.
but guess what? They were forced because KD was such a good player. It doesn't matter. He wasn't a
Listen
good
though.
fit. He's
Listen
KD, bro.
This is a what if. This is kind of a what if. But think about this. If you had D Wade or let's say D Lillard, let's say you had Lillard and Curry on the same team, and then Curry and Clay. Who's gonna be a better teammate for Curry? It's obviously gonna be Clay. It's like, but Lillard's obviously the better player. So your point there kind of didn't make any sense.
Well, it makes perfect sense though.
No, it doesn't, because you just said D Wade. It matters that D Wade's a better player, but
But
Pippen's
D-Wade-
a better
But
teammate.
D Wade was a great teammate though. You cannot make an argument.
But not as
that.
good of a teammate. But not as good of a teammate as Pippen was to Jordan.
How? Prove that to me. Go ahead, explain.
The rings prove it. All the rings prove it.
Really?
Ring-
They're
rings don't matter. Ring
Are you
is-
kidding me
rings
right
don't-
now? Think
Rings-
about
okay.
what you just said, bro.
The
The rings
rings
that
are
Jordan
not-
got.
How
The
do
rings
rings
that
not
he
prove-
got playing second fiddle to Jordan. Those
Rings.
rings.
No, the rings do prove it because that just shows how good the duos are. If you're winning games, you're a better duo.
That does not show.
No,
me
that doesn't make any sense at all.
Team
One of the-
No,
why-
it's
check
better
this
than
out.
that.
Team
Check this out.
chemistry does not. Team
I can
chemistry is
shut-
not
bro,
measured
I
on
can shut
success
that
all the
down.
time.
I can shut that
No,
down. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question real quick. Steve Kerr. Let me ask you a question real quick. Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr has 5 rings with the Bulls, right? Was Steve Kerr a better teammate than Dwayne Wade?
What?
Bro, it's so easy to completely
Yeah, but
break down
Steve
you
Kerr
guys'
wasn't-
logic, bro.
Steve Kerr
I've
wasn't
heard
the
it all.
best- Okay,
Was
what's it?
Was
this?
Steve Kerr, was
Was
Steve Kerr a better teammate than Dwayne
Norris?
Wade?
Okay, let's hear this. Let's hear this. Is Norris Cole a better teammate than Pippen? That's literally your point right now. Your points make no sense.
No, I'm using your logic, bro.
I
I'm
remember
using
that
your own
guy.
logic. I'm using your logic. And your logic is that, oh, guess what? I'm not gonna sit there and explain to you why Pippen's a better teammate than Wade, but I'm gonna say he has rings. It's a lazy argument, bro. I'm
No.
using your own logic, bro.
But
Because guess what? Kerr has more rings than
But Kerr-
Wade.
Yeah, but Kerr wasn't the best teammate on that team. That's what I'm saying. The best teammate on the winning team of the best player. That
The
obviously
rings
makes
show you
sense.
that the rings don't show you that they were better teammates. They showed you that they were able to become. They can make up a better.
That is such a horrible example.
not.
It's
If you-
not even funny.
Team chemistry is not measured on success. The
my
success,
God.
the
You make no
what they
sense.
put out.
You don't even. You even said it yourself. You don't know anything about basketball.
I watch this. Okay,
If you're a
watch
better
this.
teammate, if you're a better teammate for a player, you're obviously gonna win more games.
No,
Okay.
if you're able to put if you're able to
That's
put
what
it
he
together,
Listen. Did D Wade and LeBron win the finals against the Mavs? No. Would Pippen and Jordan? Yeah, because Pippen is a better duo with Jordan.
No, it's not because Pippen and Jordan is a better duo. It's because LeBron choked.
It's not all LeBron's fault. You act like LeBron.
No. When you're the GOAT, no, hold on. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, but LeBron's not the
When you
whole
want to be
player.
the GOAT, when you
You
want to
know
be
why?
the GOAT, you're gonna take the lion's share of the blame, bro. That's
Yep.
how it is, bro.
Yeah, because LeBron's gonna bring the.
This is what I hate. This is what I hate with LeBron fans, bro. This is what you guys do. This is what you guys do, right? When LeBron doesn't win, oh yeah, man, his teammates let him down. It's not all on LeBron. But when he wins, it's all about LeBron. We forget about AD. We forget about Wade. We forget about all that, bro. LeBron James is a better player than Dirk Nowitzki. The Heat were a better team than the Mavs. You have to win that game.
But maybe the Mavs had better team chemistry. They were all better fit for each other. That's
No,
why they were all. Yes, you can.
No one
The
will say
Mavs
that.
team-
Nobody's
Mavs
gonna
team-
say that.
No,
No
the
one's gonna
Mavs.
say that.
You don't,
Everybody,
bro. Oh my
everyone in
God. You're not even
sports.
letting me talk. That's how you know
Sorry,
you're.
all right. Sorry, my
Oh
bad.
my
Go
God.
ahead, talk. My bad. Go ahead.
That just proves the Mavs team was probably a better fit for each other than that Heat team. That's why they had playmakers to feed Dirk. They had defenders. They had sharpshooters. They had everything you could ask for on a team. It was literally the whole Bulls team. They had a team. They had a player to carry, Jordan. They had defenders. They had sharpshooters. That's like That's like what you could get to win the finals. If you have like a really good star player, another star player, players with defense, and players that can shoot. Like
For
what
being
else?
honest, if the GOAT conversation is based on rings, then Bill Russell would be the GOAT.
Yeah, that's
I'm
what you
not
guys.
basing it on rings. I don't. Did you guys ever hear me mention rings today, bro? I didn't mention rings.
That's what half the MJ fans say.
But
Look at
guess
that.
what,
This literally just
Matt?
proved my
I
point.
have an easy rebuttal to you. My rebuttal is this, and
Look at
actually, I have a
this
question
guy.
for you, Matt.
Look at this guy in the chat though. He said he said your points were good at first, but now you're just pulling stuff out. You're just pulling random stuff out.
I'm not put. We're just having a conversation. You're saying stuff, and I'm rebutting stuff. So you're saying that maybe the Mavs won because they were a better team, right? Isn't that what you said?
They were better overall, like not a better overall team, but they had what you need to win the finals, like to win games. That's
Okay.
why. That's why.
Okay, but watch
The only
this.
reason the Clippers didn't make it to the finals was
This
because
is why.
they were built to beat the Lakers. They weren't built to do anything. They're only built to be the
Listen.
Lakers stoppers.
This
That's
is
actually
exactly
wrong.
why. This is exactly why.
No, it's not.
Listen,
I can
this
tell
Why
you
they
the
lost to
real
the
reason.
Nuggets? Why they lost to the Nuggets?
yeah, why
Plus
did
playoff P. There's playoff P.
Yeah,
Patrick
no,
I can
Riley.
tell you. Are you guys ready?
This is
you
exactly
guys
what I'm
ready?
saying. Though. This is exactly what I'm saying though. Jordan was the star player of that team.
You guys are asking me
There's
questions, but
another
I
star
can't
player
answer.
that can
Okay.
play defense and offense. Dwayne Wade is not the best defender. And both players, this is why your teammate matters. It's not the better player, it's not the teammate. Dwayne Wade and LeBron are two players that are both better with the ball in their hands and are both scorers. and
Ball
can
dominant
win the games on the
players.
line and score when the game's on the line. Pippen is not one of those players that is just going to go and score when the game's on the line. He's a complementary teammate to Jordan who literally is one of the main reasons the Bulls were winning back
He
then.
complements Jordan's game. That's basically
Yeah,
what
he
you're saying.
complements Jordan's game. Dwayne Wade did not complement LeBron's game. If you give LeBron a player like Klay Thompson, think about how good they were going to be.
Oh
together.
my God, he'd average like 15 assists a game.
Yeah, and this is why the teammate matters, not the better player. It's exactly my point is valid, and your point isn't.
Teammate chemistry is
you know I'm
Can
everything.
I rebuttal? Because
You know I'm right too.
I could actually easily rebuttal. I've heard this argument a million times. It's actually one of the easiest ones to rebuttal. So check this out. You said that Mavs were built better to beat the Heat or a better team, whatever.
I never
version
said
you
the
use.
Mavs. I said the Clips.
No, I'm talking about Matt, not you. I'm talking Matt. This is what Matt says.
Oh.
Matt said that the Mavs were better built to beat the Heat. Those were his words. And I'm using his words against him. And the way I'm going to do that is if you look at 2016, that Warriors team was a better team than the Cavs team. They were better built to beat the Cavs. But let me ask you a question. Why did they not beat the Cavs?
But look what happened every other year.
It's a simple question, bro. It's a simple question. Why didn't they beat the Cavs?
Didn't Curry get injured that series?
No, he did not.
With the hand injury?
No.
Injury?
Curry did not miss any games that series. So answer the question.
Look, okay.
Why did they beat the Cavs? It's a simple question, bro. Why did they beat the Cavs?
But look what happened every other. Then why did the Warriors beat the Cavs?
So you're gonna avoid the question then?
No,
Just tell me if you're gonna avoid it.
I'm helping answer myself. So why did why did the Warriors win every other final series against them? And
So
they
you're
were
gonna answer a question with a question.
Okay. Yeah. Here's the other thing. They're up 3-1. They should not have lost that series. That's completely their fault. They probably got lazy. They knew they won. They went up 3-1. They were obviously the better team, the better built team. So that's exactly why. I mean, they probably just got really lazy. LeBron took over against them. Kyrie took over. They all played their best. Like the whole Cavs team played their best basketball, while the Warriors weren't playing their best basketball.
Bro, your logic is so. It's not airtight at all. It's easy to pick apart. But you said a lot of things. You could have answered the question in a very simple way.
Their best basketball, while the Cavs were playing their best basketball. That's
the reason the Cavs beat the Warriors in 2016 is simple, bro. Because LeBron James was the best player in the finals.
Exactly.
Bro.
Yeah, but the Warriors.
Listen.
The Warriors had the better setup team. The Warriors had the better setup team.
Even though they're better set up, even though they're better set up, I don't care that they're better set up. I don't care. LeBron James is the best player, period, bro. The Spurs, the Heat beat the Spurs, even though the Spurs were a better setup team. I don't care. The best player usually wins the finals, bro. Period.
Except for the 2017 Western Conference Finals, when Kawhi got injured in Game 1 by Zaza Pachulia. They legit would have won that series. They would have easily won that series, the Spurs. If Kawhi hadn't gotten injured, I have no doubt in my mind they would have won.
Yeah, but I mean,
and it could have also been Spurs Celtics at finals.
That's a good point, but you can't really argue that because we simply will never know. My point is this, bro. In the NBA finals,
yeah, it's because Zaza's a dirty.
Listen. OJ, listen.
In the NBA finals, the best player in the series wins. Typically wins the
Warriors,
finals. That's how it works.
Listen to this though. The Warriors lost in the finals. We know that. But look at. If they weren't the better team, the best team in the NBA, the best put together team, how'd they have the best record ever? How'd they go 73-9? How'd they do that if they weren't the best put together team?
They didn't even do that with KD.
Yeah, it's because LeBron. Yeah, exactly. They didn't do it with KD because KD and Curry do not complement each other that well. They're both players that want the ball in their hand. They're both scorers. That's why the player you have on your team depends on.
Watch this. I'm gonna easy shut it down because you've
already said that so many times.
What's a better team?
Yeah, said that.
Who's a better team? The Warriors with KD or without KD? Easy question.
The Warriors without.
Oh, how come they lost to LeBron, but with KD they destroyed the Cavs?
They also beat LeBron. They also beat LeBron with that team without KD.
Yeah. They beat LeBron, but it wasn't as easy with Kevin Durant. It was way easier with Kevin Durant.
Yeah, but
with Kevin Durant, they destroyed him, bro.
Why didn't the Warriors go 73-9 with KD? Why didn't they go 73-9?
I don't care about that. That's regular season. I could care less. I'm talking about the playoffs, bro.
They were playing teams and still winning.
I'm talking about the players, bro. Listen, bro. I'll be honest with you guys. So this is the funny thing, bro. This is what I don't get about you guys, right? Check this out. The Warriors, they lost to the Cavs after going 70, the greatest regular season record. Steve Kerr the management of the Warriors, people that know basketball way more than me and way more than you guys, made a decision that they're better with KD than without him. And you guys are going to sit here and pretend that you know more basketball than them. And you're going to sit here and say that the Warriors is better without KD. Are you kidding me, bro?
Okay.
Are you guys kidding me? This is laughable, bro. It's
no sense.
laughable.
Your points are laughable. Your points are laughable.
It's laughable, bro. It's laughable for you guys. It's laughable for you guys to sit here and say that the Warriors are not better than without a two-time MVP, Kevin Durant, without the best scoring machine in the league. It's laughable that you're gonna say that. It's laughable, bro. It's
why is
I'm supposed to take that seriously.
Hey, OJ, then why is everyone in the Twitch? Why is everyone in the Twitch chat saying you lost the debate?
You lost to the what?
You lost the
Aren't those your
debate.
friends though? I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. I'm just putting it out there.
You know what's
you don't know
funny?
that?
This is a funny
guys don't
thing.
know
OJ's
Also,
Also,
you guys
listen
is
to-
I thought
arguing
I know
about
the mind,
complimentary
bro.
player. If you want to talk about
Listen to this.
complimentary player,
Listen
bro,
to this.
I don't
Listen
think
to
I've ever seen a team
Listen to
that
this.
has
Nobody-
complementarity.
Oh, listen. Nobody ever brought up anything about KD being a complimentary teammate. Of course, you're gonna be a better team when you have more All-Stars, but we're saying Klay Thompson is a better complementary teammate to a player that has the ball in their hand as a scorer, because he's a spot-up shooter that can hit almost any shot when he's open.
I could easily shut down. I could
You
easily shut
can't.
that argument
You said
down.
you can
I
shut
could
that
easily
down.
shut that argument
You
down.
said you shut that
Easy.
down. So no, you can't.
Every argument you're bringing up, watch this.
No. Every
The
time.
Warriors. The
an argument,
Warriors.
terrible.
Okay, Klay Thompson, right? Klay Thompson plays what position? Shooting guard. If you swap Klay Thompson with James Harden, the Warriors are even better. Yes or no?
I mean,
or no?
you can't tell, but I'd probably think no, just because Curry.
own shots and get
If
open
you-
up.
If you
himself.
say no, that tells me one thing: you do not know basketball. Period.
Klay
No
Thompson
offense.
is able to
With all due
score
respect, bro.
six
With
like
all
this.
due respect.
OJ, this is the thing. James Harden and Curry are both players that want the ball in their hand. They want to score with the ball in their hand at the
ball
time.
dominant guards.
Klay Thompson's not that person.
I got you.
Klay Thompson's a better teammate to Curry. If James Harden went to the Warriors and got traded with Curry, James Harden and
It wouldn't
Klay,
be as good of a fit.
they'd have James Harden at point guard and not
That's
shooting
why
guard.
I didn't
Klay-
switch. I did not switch Curry. I switched Harden for a reason because Harden is really he's a point guard, but he's really more of a shooting guard. He just acts like a point guard.
But then they'd have to
That's why-
change. They'd have to change one of their play styles. They'd have to change Curry or Harden's play style, and it wouldn't be good.
Listen, bro, they
They
can
didn't
change
give that
whatever they
chemistry.
want.
They'd
They
give
can
him
change
that
whatever they
chemistry.
want. At the end of the day, if you were to trade in the offseason James Harden with Klay Thompson, the Warriors are automatically a better team. And if you don't think so, then that lets me know what you know about basketball, bro. It's not always about what fits better, what's more complement. Sometimes it's star power, bro. Dwayne Wade and Dwayne Wade and LeBron, they figured it out, bro. They're two both ball dominant people. They figured it out. There, bro. If you again a perfect example, a perfect example was Chris Paul. Do you remember Chris Paul and the Rockets? If Chris Paul did not get injured in Game 7 against the Warriors, they would have probably beat the Warriors, bro. Guess what? Chris Paul is
Same
very
with
ball
the
dominant.
same with the
Chris-
Spurs in
Chris Paul is-
2017.
I agree with the Spurs, bro. I agree with that point. But guess what? Chris Paul's probably the most ball dominant point guard in the entire league, bro. And after him, it's probably
Did
James
you not
Harden.
watch the
They
series?
worked.
You must
Why
have not
did-
watched the series.
Why did Chris Paul work with James Harden, bro? They're not complimentary, but they worked.
It didn't work. Why do you think they were all? You want to know why they were always arguing on the bench and getting mad at each other and why Chris Paul left? Because they didn't.
Guess
They
what?
always they argued. They even said why. They said why. They said that they always argued over who wanted the ball, and that's why Chris Paul and James Harden are always mad at each other on the bench in the
They
locker
can
room.
argue all they want. They
No.
made it to Game 7 against the Warriors, and they had the Warriors on their heels, bro.
You obviously
Period.
don't know what you're talking about. They had terrible team chemistry. They both were arguing over
Oh,
who should.
terrible team chemistry, right? But they made it to the conference semifinals of Game 7, right, against the best team that ended up going to win the finals, and they had them to Game 7. Yet they had terrible team chemistry. It can't be that terrible, bro. It can't be that terrible.
That's why do you think Chris Paul ended up leaving? Because they were always mad at each other because they didn't know who had the ball in the hand. That's why.
That's fine.
That's
That's
why
fine. Guess
Klay
what?
Thompson's the
You can
better
say the
complement.
same argument with Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving wanted to leave too. The chemistry wasn't that good with Kyrie Irving because
But
he
then you're
needed the
bringing
ball in his hand. But they still want a chip. It doesn't matter, bro. You can still want a chip when you don't have ideal chemistry. You can
Yeah, but
still
it's
want a
better.
chip
It's
when
better
the
to have.
pieces not there.
It's better to have a team. It's better to.
Then
have
again, Kyrie also did say that the Earth is flat, and what do you think about that though? That's
Well,
obviously not true.
Kyrie Irving is a donkey. That's what I think about him. He's a
Yeah,
donkey.
but then why do you think Kyrie ended up leaving? He wants the ball in his hands more, and LeBron would have it in his hands, and that's why they got beat 4-0.
Okay. I mean that they also won with Kyrie Irving. So my point is this, bro. You can make an argument
Yeah,
that
but Kyrie Irving wasn't leading the series. LeBron
well,
was.
you can make an
carrying that
argument
series.
that you could
LeBron
take
averaged.
stars over
Didn't
compliment.
LeBron average 38 that series? Didn't LeBron average 38 points that series? 37.8 or something like
He
that.
averaged a lot. He
All
averaged
the
a
other
lot.
guys go back and like, Kyrie.
That's
hits
why
a big
Kyrie
shot.
left because LeBron was the one scoring almost the points, and Kyrie
Yeah, no,
won.
look what Kyrie did in Boston. They're just about nothing.
Hey,
'Cause,
listen, bro.
the one year they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, they did it without Kyrie. They did it without Gordon Hayward. They did it with a rookie Jason Tatum, and a second year Jaylen Brown and Terry Rozier.
Yeah,
Think about that.
yeah, like your points are all getting
Take a minute to
destroyed.
process that.
That has nothing to do with my point though. I'm waiting for it. I don't see the mic drop moment. Because at the end of the day, your argument that complementary teams make better teams is highly debatable. I could say that I'm gonna take a superstar team over a team that plays well and complements. I'm gonna do that, bro. Because at the end of the day, the Denver Nuggets are one of the best teams in the NBA in terms of how they complement each other. They have a star player as a guard, and they have a star big. That's how you want it to be. But guess what? I'm taking two stars over them. Period, bro. Back to your question about the Clippers, and I know we're not really talking about the Clippers. The reason they didn't work, the main reason, the biggest reason, is because they don't have a point guard and
Wait,
their
this guy-
offense
wait.
sucks. They don't.
This
They
guy
need a
brought up
point
a
guard
point.
to run their
Literally
offense.
what they're meant
Their
to do.
offense is
They're
horrible.
built to stop LeBron in LeBron's Lakers. That's literally what
Yeah.
that Clippers team is built to do.
Yeah,
They're actually
They're
not
not
built to
looking.
be. They're actually not. That's actually not the case. The
No,
closest
that
team
is the
has-
case. That is the case.
Okay.
That's 100% the case. I don't care what you say. It is the case.
Well, you don't have to care though. But the fact of the matter is, if you knew basketball, you would know that they don't match up well against the Lakers because Montrezl Harrell is way too small for Dwight Howard and AD, and they don't have no
That's what they
answer
have
for
Zubac
AD.
for. That's
There's
what
no
they have
answer
Zubac
for AD, bro.
Literally.
You know,
I
want to
just
know what's
trust
funny,
Zubac.
bro? This is what I find funny. I find
You
it
wanna know what-
funny that
They have Zubac,
guys-
they have Paul George, they have Kawhi. Kawhi is guarding Giannis. Giannis is taller, 1 inch taller, probably a little more muscular. And Kawhi
Not
is fucking
impressed.
stopped him by himself.
not,
by
not
himself.
impressed.
You
Not
guys can-
impressed.
you can
Not
argue.
impressed.
You can
I'm not
argue that
impressed.
you just
Why
yeah.
should
You
I-
don't, you don't even
Why
let
should
him.
I be impressed, bro? Giannis has no shot. He doesn't scare anyone. Outside of 7 feet, Giannis doesn't scare anyone. So you want to guard Giannis, you play a 2-3 zone and you give him space and let him shoot himself in the foot. I'm not impressed, bro.
And you're
I'm
saying
not.
players. You're bringing up players. You're bringing up points about players being too small.
You want to know what's funny?
Mhm.
What if Kawhi is so good in PG? You're talking about, Kawhi Leonard stopped Giannis. Well, why didn't Kawhi stop Murray? Murray did whatever the hell he wanted, bro. How come? So you mean
Kawhi
to
was-
tell me that
Kawhi was
the
Patrick
Clippers-
Beverley's
the
matchup.
Clippers that's built to stop
Yeah,
the Lakers, they couldn't
Kawhi
stop
wasn't
Murray,
guard-
and they
Oh my
couldn't
god,
stop
you sound like
Jokic.
a clown. You sound like a clown. Kawhi wasn't guarding Murray.
Oh, he guarded
That's
Murray a
Patrick
lot on the
Beverley's
switches.
assignment.
He
Literally.
guarded
That
Murray a
was
lot on the
literally
switches.
Patrick Beverley's assignment.
Yeah, he was guarding Jeremy
Oh,
Grant.
he
He's guarding
guarded-
Jeremy
he
Grant. He's guarding
guarded
Jeremy
Murray
Grant.
a lot on the switches,
No,
bro.
he was guarding Jeremy Grant most of the time. Most of the game. I watched almost every game that series. He was guarding Jeremy Grant most of the time.
Well, I mean, either way, he's supposed to be your defensive specialist, but you're not gonna put him on.
And you're
on
bringing
on
up,
Murray.
Montrezl Harrell's too small.
Listen, bro,
Jokic. I think
At the
Jokic.
end of the day, if the Clippers could not handle Jokic or Murray, bro, they're not gonna handle LeBron and AD because LeBron and AD are significantly better than Jokic and Murray. Period. And number two, if you guys knew basketball, you would know that there's a lot of holes in the Clippers, and I
That's
saw
the
those
thing.
holes,
Saying,
bro.
if you knew
I
basketball,
saw those holes.
you've already won the debate.
Huh?
So half the comment section is saying, or perhaps the commenter have said, "Oh, that you lost the debate."
Yeah.
I don't see
Except
any
for-
switch. This is
there's
the thing,
just-
right?
Every time you say something, every
That
time you say something,
thing.
you just backfire your whole point. Pretty much almost every time.
Dude, that's saying you won is this SKD dude, but he's just saying a bunch of other stuff, but
Oh, the SK Sports guy.
Yeah.
SK underscore.
Oh yeah,
12.
he's a known LeBron fan. He has videos on LeBron saying LeBron's.
No, he's not saying- That's not the guy. It's SKD. It's SKD clipped Twitch.
Yeah,
That's
the same
SKD.
guy.
Yeah,
He's the
that's
only guy-
SKD.
He's the guy saying that you're winning. He's the only guy that's just saying you're winning, and like
He's
everyone
a
else.
LeBron fan.
I'm shocked because I thought he was a LeBron fan. or maybe I'm mistaken. But guess what, bro? The majority. Let me tell you something about Twitch, bro. I don't know who's on Twitch. I guarantee the majority of those people are probably age 18 and down. But let me say, this is gonna be my final point, right? LeBron James, and let me just get this out, no interruption. It's gonna only take me 1 minute. I proved today that LeBron James is the better defender.
You guys just called this kid. You just called this dude a LeBron fan. He said he hates LeBron.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind.
So I proved today that Jordan is the better defender, and I did that quite easily because I mean you really can't argue it. I proved that the intangibles, Jordan has better intangibles. What he did for the game, the impact, the legacy, all that stuff.
But you're not bringing up the stuff. You're not bringing up the stuff that we backfired on you, and the stuff that we.
And the most important thing, all you brought to me was speculation, bro. Oh, era this. If you played in that era, if you played in this era, I'm not gonna argue speculation, bro. It's speculation.
Oh, that was like 10 minutes of points. That was like 10 minutes of points.
All you argued is speculation, bro.
No,
I'm not gonna.
No, I'm not.
Sit there and argue speculation.
That was like 10 minutes of our points. 10 minutes of our points of speculations. The rest was just proven stuff that we brought facts into, and we pretty much just ruined your point.
You didn't ruin my defense point.
That was the only thing you're bringing up is defense. LeBron
You didn't ruin my intangibles point. So that's 2 out of 3. And then the only argument you could make is, and I agree to, is that LeBron. There's only 2 things LeBron did better than Jordan. He was a better passer, facilitator, and he was a better rebounder. That's it. That's it. Jordan did everything better. And you didn't. And the fact that Jordan was a better offensive player, you didn't ruin that point either, bro.
But the thing is, we ruined almost all of your points. Besides better shooter and better score, better shooter and better shooter and better defender.
No, not better shooter. Jordan was flawless. His offensive game was flawless. LeBron was not. LeBron does not have a good jump shot. He does not have a good free throw. 2 blatant flaws in his career. Till this day, they're flaws. Jordan has no flaws, not defensively, not offensively. Jordan has the better resume. Mind you, I didn't mention rings 1 freaking time, bro. I don't need to. It's lazy. I don't need to, bro. Oh, 6 is bigger than 4. Whoop-de-doo. Better defense, more polished player offensively, less weaknesses, better resume.
Yeah, but look at the players Jordan's played with.
But there we go again, back to the same argument. There it is again. Look at the players. Even though Dwayne Wade and AD better than Pippen.
Would he have won without Phil Jackson? No, he wouldn't.
Can I answer that?
I did not.
No, listen.
Can I answer that question?
Okay, listen.
Can I answer that? Bro, you guys are giving me arguments I can't answer. That's the second time I brought up Phil Jackson. Let me address Phil Jackson.
Listen, this is what you're doing.
Wow, bro.
You're saying LeBron was average less points in all this. That's because he also has to share the ball with other players that want the ball in their hands. He had to share the ball with Dwayne Wade. He has to share the ball with Dwayne Wade. He has to share the ball with Kyrie.
I don't care. I don't care that he scores less points. I never brought that up.
They all scored
he scores less points. Is not a big deal to me.
Yes, he did. You're like, Jordan was a better scorer. LeBron could have showed his true scoring ability if he didn't have to play with Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Kevin Love, Kyrie Irving.
No, it's not that Jordan was a better scorer. It's that Jordan's offensive game had no weakness and he was more polished. He was more polished in the jump shot. He was more polished in the free throws. He was more polished with his post game, with his back behind the basket. All those things he was polished in. That's what I'm saying, which is different than simply saying he was a better scorer. Now, to the Phil Jackson point that Will brought up, Will has brought up Phil Jackson twice. What did Phil Jackson do before Michael Jordan? That's my question. People love Phil Jackson argument. What the hell did he do before Michael Jordan? And I say the same argument with Bill Belichick. What the hell did he do before Tom Brady? Right? But we're not going to bring football into this. What did Phil Jackson do before Jordan? Nothing. So to me, Phil didn't make Jordan. Jordan made Phil, bro. So I don't want to hear Phil Jackson. He didn't do jack squat, bro. Nobody knew who Phil Jackson was. He wasn't a legendary coach. None of that, bro. See,
that's because he had no players to coach.
No, that's because he wasn't a coach. No. That was his first coaching gig.
No
that's the problem with you guys, bro. That's the mistake that you make. Phil Jackson, his coaching debut was with the Lakers, bro. Don't sit here and tell me that Jordan had Phil when the Bulls were the first team he coached, bro. He had no prior record to that, so you can't say he did all this stuff. You can't do that, bro. Now, if you want to use Greg Popovich and Tim Duncan, you can use that. Now, if you want to use Phil and Kobe, you could use Phil for Shaq and Kobe because you could point to his record in Chicago. Fine, you could use that. Okay, but don't sit there and tell me Phil Jackson, okay, when he didn't do jack squat before Jordan. And since we're on the topic of coaching, LeBron James, let's see, he handpicked his coaches. He kicked a lot of them out. He dictated a lot of them. So, yeah, that's what happens. But I will give you that, though. The one solid coach LeBron has had is Spoelstra. And the other ones have been But I'll be honest, and the NBA coaching is not as important in the NBA. Talent trumps coaching by far in the NBA, bro. By far, talent trumps coaching. NFL, big difference, but NBA, talent trumps coaching all day, bro.
And they brought up way better points than you have, other than your points of the same defense and polished scoring. That's all you've done.
Yeah, and that's enough to show that he was the better player.
No.
What else do I need to do other than to prove that he's the better player?
His fundamental game, like assists, rebounding, all that,
me, bro?
was better. But as a player, like offensively, defensively, like Jordan.
That's been my whole argument, bro. Is that Jordan's a better player, and I'm not even using rings. My whole argument is that Jordan is the better player, and I proved that effectively, and I did it with.
No, you haven't. No, we proved ease. We proved LeBron's a better player with ease and effectively.
Oh, even though you admitted that Jordan has the intangibles and Jordan has the defense and Jordan's a more polished player.
No. Yeah, but Jordan also had good players surrounding him and helping him his whole career. LeBron
he had good players. Even though the only All-Star constant was Scottie Pippen, but LeBron had 16 All-Stars.
All-Star.
LeBron has 16 All-Stars.
Because LeBron didn't stick with one team.
LeBron played on different teams.
Yeah.
LeBron came in. LeBron came in to teams that were already stacked.
LeBron James in 2010.
And also, let me bring up
LeBron James in 2010 said, "You know what? Hey, Chris Bosh, what's good? Hey, man, you know what, man? I can't do it, bro. Come through South Beach. Hey, Dwayne Wade, man, you gonna have me? All right, boom. Oh, guess what? So he goes and wins 2 rings there. He comes back. He forces the Cavs to trade their first pick, which was Andrew Wiggins, to the Timberwolves, and he brings Kevin Love there. They already had Kyrie, and he wins a ring. Boom. He goes to AD, and he makes his best friend Rich Paul become the agent of AD, and he has AD come to the Lakers, bro. So yeah, LeBron orchestrated all these things, bro. And then let's not talk about Scottie Pippen, because at the end of the day, Scottie Pippen is not better than AD and Wade. No, let's not act like Scottie Pippen's better than AD and Wade.
It's not called LeBron needing. It's called LeBron being smart to win basketball.
Well, I don't blame him
for being smart.
You don't even know anything about basketball.
I don't blame him for jumping teams to get rings. He's chasing rings. Good for you, bro. KD did it too. I don't blame him for doing that. but let's not act like Scottie Pippen was better than D Wade. Let's not act like Scottie Pippen was better than D Wade. And let's not act like Scottie Pippen was better than AD.
Wait, did you say LeBron's a ring chaser?
Jordan didn't need to do that because he already had the good team.
That's some these dumbass.
Jordan was there before. Jordan was there before Scottie.
Exactly, and he lost all his. He didn't even make the finals.
They built a team around Jordan.
Yeah, exactly. Jordan needed help, just like LeBron, but Jordan had it brought to him instead of moving teams. No,
Jordan. Okay, no player can carry a team. No player. No
By the
player
way,
can carry a team.
hold on. You do realize that Scottie
player.
Pippen was
LeBron
2018. You do realize that Scottie Pippen was drafted, right?
No player can carry. Wait, listen. No player can carry a team. What did LeBron do in the Cavs in his first few years? That team had nobodies, a bunch of nobodies. And
LeBron
he
actually had a couple All-Stars, but okay.
No.
Are you kidding me right now? So you want to go that path? So you didn't have 8 All-Stars.
Was it Ilgauskas was their only All-Star?
No, Mo Williams was a 3-time All-Star.
Mo Williams.
LeBron.
But was he even an All-Star with LeBron?
3 times with the Cavs. Are you listening to me?
But yeah, but also if you look at his stats, he's really not that good.
Okay, that's fine. That's your opinion. I don't care. What I care about is that he's an All-Star. We're talking about All-Stars, bro.
Of course,
he wasn't good. He's an All-Star. You see, this is the thing. This is what you do, bro. You move the goalpost, right? I'll say that he's an All-Star, and then you say he's not that good. But which one is it, bro? Are we talking All-Star?
He only played in
Cleveland. That team was complete. Okay, like it didn't have.
He only played in Cleveland with LeBron one year. What are you talking about? He only played. I'm looking at his stuff right now. He played in Cleveland for 2008 and 9, and then LeBron joined the Heat in the next year. So you're literally just wrong. You're literally just making stuff up and pulling it out of your. Yeah.
No, hold on.
Mo Williams averaged 13 points throughout his whole career, 2 rebounds and 5 assists.
Yeah, and Scottie Pippen averaged what, like 12 points in the finals, bro? Come on, bro.
Alongside
I'm not trying to
Jordan,
hear that.
alongside Jordan, Scottie Pippen averaged in his best. He's averaged over 20 points multiple times alongside Jordan.
Yeah, but how
Mo
many
Williams,
points was he averaging in the
You
finals,
brought up Mo
bro?
Williams. You literally just brought up a fake point. I bet you that's what you've been doing this whole debate. Mo Williams won 3 times All-Star with LeBron on his
Mo
team.
Williams is literally irrelevant.
Yeah, Mo Williams did
Okay.
not get 3 All-Stars with LeBron on
But
his team.
the only reason I even brought up Mo Williams is you guys are just like
He played with LeBron
you're
once.
failing to
He wasn't
realize
in the
that
finals here.
you realize that Scottie Pippen was drafted, right? Do you know that? Let me ask you guys. Do you know that Scottie Pippen was drafted?
Huh?
Do you know that Scottie Pippen was drafted by the Bulls?
I don't
No.
know. Yeah, what I do know. What I do know
Oh,
is
you
that
do
Jordan.
know that. So you know that it wasn't like a D Wade and Chris Bosh situation or
Okay,
AD
because
situation.
Jordan didn't need to leave the Bulls because he had the team brought to him.
He
He had the
didn't
team
need to
brought to
chase
him.
rings.
Wait.
He didn't need to chase
Wait,
rings, bro.
You just said Jordan had a team brought to him.
Yeah, he didn't need to leave the Bulls. That like LeBron had to leave the Cavs that he couldn't do anything with because everyone sucked. He said Mo Williams was a 3-time All-Star alongside LeBron. No, he played with LeBron 1 year.
I mean,
Now you guys have nothing to
Hold
say.
on.
I literally just
Hold on.
destroyed you guys.
We just
LeBron,
switched it.
Mo Williams played with LeBron for 2 years, 08 to 09, 09 to 010.
That'd be like saying
Hold
Shaq.
on.
So we're just gonna like pretend that like LeBron wasn't brought in to form a super team.
He
Sure, pretend
didn't.
like that didn't.
Yeah.
Dwayne Wade was already on the team, the Heat, and then Kyrie was already on the Cavs. You make no sense. You don't know anything about basketball. You
Hold
just
on,
you
hold on.
yourself.
Did you not hear what I just said? I said he was
Hold on,
brought
time
in
out, time
to
out. Hold on,
form a
time
super
out.
team.
Can I say something real quick? Matt, you said I'm making up stats, right?
And he was brought in to form the super
Hold
team.
on,
No,
Matt. You said
actually, Chris Bosh
Did you
joined the
not
team
say I'm
after.
making up stats? Did you not say I'm making up stats?
Yeah, Mo Williams played with LeBron 1 year, and the second year he played with him, LeBron. Yeah.
Mo Williams played with LeBron in 08, 09, and 2015 and 2016. Look up the damn stats, bro. I know what I'm talking about, bro. And you're talking about he played with them 1 year.
2015 and
Look up the
2016.
stats. Look
No,
up the stats, bro.
2015 he played with the Charlotte Hornets.
2015 he played with Cleveland. Look at 2015 and 16.
I'm looking at it right
bro.
now. Yeah,
Look at 15
2014,
and 16.
2014, 2015. 2014, 2015 he played with Minnesota and the Hornets.
Who did he play for 2015 and 2016 when they won the ring, bro? You're not listening, man. This
Actually,
guy.
I am. And that year he averaged 8 points.
Oh, hold on. But did he play with LeBron? Did he play with LeBron?
No, yeah, but you said he was a 3.
Who looks like an idiot now?
I'm not saying
There you go, bro. There you
No,
go. Guys,
no.
this is, you heard him, right?
don't even
He
let me
said
talk.
that
You don't even
LeBron
let me
James,
talk.
he said LeBron James played with
You
Mo
don't even let
Williams
me talk.
1 year.
You don't even let me
But
talk.
what
You don't even
happens
let
when
me
we
talk.
look at the receipts? 3
No,
years.
look at the receipts.
Wait, OJ, let him talk. Let's let him
OJ.
talk. Let's see what he got.
OJ, you said you said he won 3 All-Stars with LeBron. Actually, no. The 1 year with LeBron, he had a whopping 8 points, a whopping
He's
2
a-
assists, and a whopping 1 rebound. That's
What
so
I
good.
meant was that he's a 3-time All-Star.
And he wasn't a 3-time All-Star alongside LeBron. You said alongside LeBron, he won 3 All-Stars with LeBron on his team.
Oh, hey, guess what? Hey, Matt. Hey, you got it, buddy. You won the debate. LeBron's the best because of Mo Williams. That's a
not my
moot
only
point,
point.
bro.
You're the
I could
one that
care
brought
less
up
about
Mo
Mo.
Williams,
I
so
could care
Hey,
less about
you're the
Mo
one that
Williams,
brought him
bro.
up. You brought him up.
Yeah,
you
you
brought
are.
him.
You are the one that
The
brought him
fact
up.
of the matter is, Jordan.
No, you brought him up.
better
You brought him on.
defense,
You brought him up.
You brought Mo
You lost
up.
the debate.
Jordan.
You did bring Mo
Offense.
Williams up.
Jordan.
You brought Mo
Resume.
Williams up. You lost the
Jordan.
debate.
Period, bro.
Your points suck. You lost the debate, and you're the one that brought up Mo Williams.
Mo Williams, I don't. Hey, man, you
You're the
got
one that
it.
brought him.
Hey,
Mo
you got me,
Will-
bro. You got me so well on Mo Williams, man. You got it. I just wish I could see the look on your face right now. But
It's not as scared as yours. You're the
how
one
come you
that's
guys? I got a question. How come your
flying back
cameras
and
are off?
forth. You're the one that's mad. You're like the one flying back and forth in your chair. You said you're gonna
How
have a.
come- How come you guys?
Y'all actually sound more aggressive.
I'm actually
just
not
here for
mad at all. I don't really get mad. But how come you guys' cameras are off though?
Because I don't feel like showing my face to a random guy that. A random
I
guy
know.
or a random Indian.
Why don't you want to show your face?
What'd you say, buddy? Wait a minute. What'd you say, buddy?
That's like
I think the one dude just muted himself.
Who?
I
Nobody's muted.
can't hear him.
You can't hear me?
Oh, never mind. You're back.
Well, I have to say,
I have to say you
Eddie.
lost.
this is I'm disappointed. And the reason I'm disappointed is because I was really hoping they would bring something more than the same talking points I hear all the time, which is error, oh, Jordan's error, Jordan's weak opponents.
Let me
and
talk.
this
only
guy
brought that
is-
up like
Wait,
once
wait,
or
wait,
twice.
wait. OJ did start it. OJ
Let
started.
me
him
talk.
talk.
Let me talk.
Wait,
This is-
OJ, you can talk after. You can talk.
What? What are you talking about?
Yo, OJ just started talking. Just let him.
Hey
This is
Matt,
OJ.
Matt,
All
are you
OJ's
big mad
points.
right now or little mad?
I'm not mad at all. This is OJ's point. This is OJ's point.
That's the equivalent to Joe Francis saying that.
Yeah, this
Hey
is OJ's
William,
point.
bro, I'm proud of you
OJ's
behaving
point.
yourself because you weren't behaving yourself in the chat. I'm proud of you, William. Give yourself a pat on the back. Okay, you did good tonight. I'm proud of you. You kept your composure. Good job. Go ahead. Now you have my permission to talk, Matthew.
Matt sounds a little bit angry. Will sounds like he's a little bit relaxed. I don't know what's going on.
Oh yeah, I have stress.
Well, listen, bro. The fact that they don't want to show their face, it tells me everything I need to know, bro. I just wish
I
could
am
see the look
sick.
on their
I
face
have
'cause they don't
strep.
want to
Why would I
show,
show
bro.
my face when I'm sick?
Yeah, exactly.
What does it matter if you're sick or you're a girl, bro? Like, what? Who says
No.
that?
Dude,
Like, what the heck? That's why
You just
girls
made
would
the
say,
most random
I'm
point
sick.
of all
Like,
time.
what? Who
You're
says
scared
that,
to-
bro?
No,
Bro,
OJ.
do you realize? The majority of the people that listen, bro? Let me say something real quick. The
I'm mad
majority of the
OJ
people that's
is,
gonna
guys.
watch this are
I'm
boys,
mad
bro.
OJ.
Like, am I gonna? How as a man am I gonna sit there? Oh, I'm
You're so
sick.
mad.
I don't want people to see
So
my
mad.
face. Bro, what do I care? What some 15-year-old kid?
You're scared to show your
thinks,
hair.
"Ah, look,
You're
if I'm
scared to show your
sick."
hair.
Are you kidding me, bro?
You're scared to show
Anyways,
your
man,
hair.
teach his own. But go ahead, Matthew. Go ahead.
You're scared to show your hair because every TikTok I've seen you and you have the same
Wait,
hat.
Actually, I can take out my hair. I don't care. But this is Alabama.
y'all went like y'all searched for some, bro. Y'all just saw the first thing, and y'all said, you know what? I'm calling that out, but that's not even something that was like Matthew. You sound butthurt right now, buddy.
Matthew is super mad, and this is the
You sound
thing.
butthurt.
Hey, listen. The reason
I'm
I'm
just
hey,
saying, like,
guys,
from what I
guys, that's
hear.
on my TikTok right now. One of the guys, his name is Matthew. He's so mad right now. And the reason I asked him why he's not showing his face is because this is the exact reason they're not showing their face. Because you can't see their emotions, bro. If you guys think I'm mad, you
No.
can see my emotions. That's why they're hiding
No,
their character.
it's because
This
no.
guy is over here
No,
saying
it's
that
not.
I'm
You're
sick.
making
I don't want
stuff
people to
up.
see me. I'm sick.
You're making
What
stuff
kind of
up.
dude says that?
You're making stuff up. The only reason I'm not showing my
I'm
face
not.
is I'm like
I'm
showing
not
two
making
random
Oh.
people's face.
Oh,
You-
now he shows his face because I mentioned it.
That's not his
Oh, wait.
face. It's an Instagram live stream of some random kid. Also,
No, he has like he tried to do a background thing. He tried to do like one of those background things.
I want to show my face to two random
They're
people.
mad. They're so
Alright,
mad.
you know what?
It's like,
That's
I'm not mad.
I'm chilling.
I'm just
I
saying.
was
Like,
just memeing, bro.
you sound mad angry, bro. Like you sound mad angry right now. Like you.
No, it's funny.
Like,
Hey,
No,
It-
Addy,
listen,
Addy, shut up. You don't know anything.
all the people
Wait,
in my
wait.
life, they're saying Matt's being a I guess snowflake. I guess a snowflake emoji. That's what everyone's saying, bro. Hey, it's cool, bro. This is the thing, bro. I get that type of reaction from people when you don't have logic, which you don't. The next step is to get mad. It's okay, bro. You don't have logic. But the
Y'all's
fact of the
points were
matter is-
more defensive than they were actually points. It was
yeah, they're
way more on the.
defensive, bro. And it's cool, bro.
No,
I
it's
mean,
defensive. Our points are more defensive because you didn't let us talk the whole time. You're just spitting out random facts. the whole time,
I
and you
actually
just-
let you talk all the time.
That's what
Yeah,
Aziz said. He's like,
what's
let me go
funny, bro?
change something.
To this day, we've been talking for an hour and a half. There's no defense for Jordan's defense. The fact that he's a better offensive player than Ted. There's none. It's just it's none. So what are we arguing here? And they admitted that Jordan's the better defender. They admitted that Jordan's the more polished offensive player. They admitted that
we have facts that show
I
LeBron
why.
never
has
said
no
anything
flaws.
about
They
that.
admitted to this. What are we
Nah, but
doing
we have
here,
all
man?
these facts. We have all these facts, and
What
you're
are
not
we
spitting
doing
out.
Hey, y'all, wait, but did y'all just present like? Wait, didn't you? You were literally talking about errors and like all these
Errors.
stuff that didn't happen.
Errors?
Errors, buddy. Learn the English language, okay?
You learn the English language. You said errors.
I said errors, buddy. Wait, anybody? Y'all want to fact check that real quick? Okay.
Sometimes,
You know what?
guys, when I say errors, it sounds like errors because I have an accent.
Yo, Will, why are you posting random pictures of people?
Posting?
I
I'm
don't
not
even
posting
like just,
pictures.
like pulling up pictures. Like I don't even know who that guy is.
It's Ock Beats.
Man,
All I know is you didn't change your mind.
I
You
am a
guys-
savage, bro. I am a savage, bro. I gotta teach. Listen, I gotta teach these boys a lesson. This is why, bro.
Nah.
Like they're not humble. I have to teach them humility, bro. That's really why I'm
No,
going hard. I
dude,
normally would
you make
not
no
go hard
sense.
like this, bro.
Okay.
I gotta teach them a lesson, bro. The
Oh
mistake
my
they
God.
made was to think that
Putting
they
a
can
shot.
come up in here
Ahmed
and
is
go
just
toe to toe with
literally
me. I
left your
do
team,
this,
bro.
bro.
Sorry.
I don't mean to come off cocky, man.
Ahmed
But I had
says
to do
goodbye.
it, bro. I had to, man.
Bro, you don't make any sense. You
Yo,
act like I didn't.
I had to do it, man.
You act like I didn't hush you so many times, and you're just acting like you won the debate. I
Look
just
at him. Listen, he's mad right now. I'm
not
smiling,
mad.
bro. I'm having it.
Yeah, you are, Matthew.
Funny.
Matthew, I'm sorry.
This-
Like I don't know
No.
if it's just
Thing
you
about
don't
me,
have your
guys.
camera
No,
on,
Addy,
but
your name
if you
one thing
if
about
you
me, bro.
Bat. Your name is Adis Bat.
One thing
that has
about
a
me.
point to do with what?
One thing about
that has to
me.
do with what? Bro, y'all literally, y'all do realize what matters me. Y'all are playing random things. Y'all talking about my name now, and that
For being
doesn't matter.
honest, then I think I probably won just because I was the one that never yelled.
Yes, yeah. Will
I never
actually
yelled.
on your team.
I-
Will actually had the best points just because he wasn't being defensive.
He
He
did.
actually tried to bring up points.
Do you want to know? Hold on a
Matthew-
second. Do you want to know why Will brought up the best points? This is why. Every point that Will brought up was a rebuttal to what I said, and I could tell he was sitting there and thinking.
Exactly.
why he
Okay.
said this.
You know how many times I made OJ be quiet after he said a point? I had him be quiet.
Wait a minute. First of all,
Hey, I'm
Nah,
not
you-
gonna lie. Hey,
I'm
hey,
getting
Will,
Addy somehow
Will, I
annoying.
judged you, bro. To be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie. I did judge you, Will. Because
yeah, Will,
based on our chat-
you were
to be
acting
honest
like
with you,
Matthew
bro,
right now in the GC.
based on the chat.
Oh, no, I
thought
don't
that
really
Will would
care
be
in
a
GCs. I just
hothead.
like
I thought
fucking
he'd
around
be a
in group
jerk
chats,
and all
man.
that, but Will did
Group
not come
chats
off
are
that
fun to
way.
fuck around in, man. Honestly.
Oh,
The only
Group
reason Will
chats are
hey,
different.
Will,
man.
you gotta relax.
Dude, the only reason Will wasn't being loud and talking the whole time because he has strep throat. Like he's not just gonna be yelling and talking. His
Dude, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that
no.
I'm
Like his
surprised at
points.
Will. I'm surprised at Will because there's a big difference in how he was sort of like engaging himself in the chat compared to now. Because I thought he would come off as like not composed and like probably maybe cursing and yeah, but he's just real calm and listening. And I was surprised. That's all.
Yeah, he was
I
calm,
just
he was
I really I judged him, to be honest with you. I
Matthew,
misjudged
no.
myself.
Yeah. Matthew, I like how you try to defend how Will is being more defensive
Well, no,
than
'cause you
GC,
don't know how-
right?
'cause I'm the one-
We're having a debate between Michael Jordan versus Kobe
Dude,
Bryant.
this is
They
Matthew.
think
You
that,
are what are you on
not
about
Kobe,
right now? Like,
Jordan versus LeBron. They think that LeBron's the best. I
Matthew,
think
like,
that
what are you
Jordan's
on
the
about,
best.
buddy?
And the points that I brought up was that Jordan has the better defense, the more polished game, less flaws, and more intangibles. And it's been an hour, about to be an hour, and they have yet to come
No,
up
it's
with
been 2 It's been
reasonable-
2 hours.
Sorry, hey, I'm from Florida. We have bad education system out here, straight up. So that's horrible. Like, but yeah.
At least he didn't go to Adrian.
That's
still
one thing
never
I'll
do
give
that.
you guys, man. I think you guys are from Michigan, like Michigan and Wisconsin. They have all the best education system. Actually, the whole North, the South.
We have a
education
horrible
system
governor,
sucks.
though. We have a horrible governor.
Yeah,
Gretchen
he
went
sucks
back.
bad. Because I have a friend, bro.
I
like,
hate. I
he
hate
looks
Gretchen.
bad. Actually, our governor's a girl, so you actually don't know.
Bro, what are you on about right now? Like, what are you actually on about?
What do you mean? He said this. What are you on about?
Our
What are you
governor
on
is
about?
pretty bad, though.
What are you on
Our
about?
governor is absolute.
Addy, Addy, this is what he said. Will said this. Will said our
Bro,
governor is bad. No, let me talk. Will said
Okay,
our governor's
just
bad.
go ahead.
Will said our governor's bad, and then OJ was like, "Yeah, I heard he's bad."
Will
And our,
30-30.
our governor's really a girl.
Why are you being defensive right now?
wait a minute. Hold
about
on a second.
someone
Hold
else?
on a second. When I said, yeah, I heard he's bad, I'm talking about my governor, not yours. I don't know Michigan's governor, Wisconsin, where you guys are from. I only know my
True.
governor.
I only know Michigan's too. That's the best part.
And the reason my
Will.
governor is bad is
All right.
because this dude decided to open up restaurants and all that
You
crap.
are a
because of
good man
COVID.
right now. You are a good man because you actually try to present points. I respect that, Will. Matthew, why are you so defensive, my guy? Bro, like, relax.
What? I'm not even saying anything.
Actually, that's been mute for the last couple minutes. Just 'cause
Yeah,
I haven't-
exactly.
Will, I have a question for you. Will,
What is up?
I have one question for you, bro. Be completely honest, and I promise you, no matter how you answer it, I'm not gonna pester you. Do you honestly think you won this debate?
Yes.
Honestly, I was the most quiet, and I was the only one that didn't yell. So yeah.
Yeah, and
Look, I think
By the way-
Will was probably the best who won or
I
one
give
like
props
out
to
of
Will,
them two.
bro. I give props to Will. Now, I want to say one thing though. I did kind of yell sometimes, but it was just me being passionate. It wasn't like a thing of like.
And
I'm
technically,
trying to
though,
scream
I
over
was
you
on
guys.
Matt's side, though. If we're being honest, I came in this debate as Matt. So like, I'd have to give my credit to Matt.
Mhm.
So I
yeah,
technically
let's
should
get
say
to admit, I had a bunch of good points. You can't just say I didn't have good points.
Which is to say that Will is the MJ and Matt is Pippen.
Nobody laughed at that.
I think I'm
No,
Bron and he's AD.
you
I'd say that.
had some decent points.
Yeah.
But I think I made your points even better for you. Like for instance, when you said the era was better, it wasn't as good back then. I thought a better way of saying that would have been saying though it wasn't as polished as in the offense.
I know another thing we would want to see
All right,
LeBron
so
and MJ on the same team.
When are we leaving?
I mean, we're practically done with the whole podcast,
Yeah.
unless like, of course, Matt wants to.
Hey
talk
Matt,
about something else, like
Matt, will you still follow me on TikTok even though you took this out?
I didn't take it. We didn't even take an L. I mean, most of the chat the whole time was saying we won. So
I mean, dude, it's tied in my chat. It's tied in. My chat.
So you're not gonna follow me because
It
you
was.
took it out.
Addy, I was reading your chat the whole time. The whole
haven't
debate, it was saying we won the whole
That was
time.
that was only
Long
one guy,
cheese,
dude.
bro. Long cheese.
But who I only saw like last time I checked, it was only one
Chase,
person who
the
said,
guy named
or two
Chase
people.
Sports, the guy named Chase Sports, the guy named Don't Z on me, and then the guy named Vice Flows. They were all just saying that we won.
And long cheese, whoever the hell that is.
Yeah, they were all saying we won.
Guys, I lost this debate. I'm sorry I let you guys down.
Yeah.
I did my best, but at the end of the day, Matt, the points that
So
he brought up, I could not refute. So
So I guess we got. So I guess
I feel
for
like- I
Twitch
feel like the
chat.
Detroit Lions right now.
Alright, so
At least they aren't worse than the Jets this year. That's all I
Yeah,
gotta say.
look at Addy. He's a Giants fan. Their team's 1-5. That sucks.
bro, we're in the East. I'm just gonna keep on saying that. Like, I
They're
mean,
only like a couple games behind.
Exactly.
That's the
Exactly.
thing,
They're
that's
in a
okay,
bad.
wait. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna talk about this for a little bit, but like, why are y'all like? Okay, wait, hold on. Y'all do realize that we played? Okay, I'm just gonna say Pittsburgh. Like, we're not beating that team. We were never in it.
No.
Chicago?
Pittsburgh's freaking good. Chicago's good.
Yeah, no, I know. That's what I'm
Pittsburgh.
saying. Like, we were not gonna win those games. So why do you think that that's like that one of like
what's
yeah that
funny?
1 of 5?
Hey, I saw this meme today that was so funny. It said the Giants are 1 game away from having.
Yes,
the
you
number
saw
one-
that too. I know what you're talking about.
Okay,
know-
say that.
So it's like the Giants are 1 game away from taking the NFC East.
Well, actually, it's more than that. It says the Giants are they're 1 game away from taking the NFC East, and they're 1 game away from getting the first overall pick in next year's draft.
Yeah. It's like it's the dude
That's
like
true.
literally the whole MC East. Like we might not like this might be the first year that like a team just doesn't make it. That they might have to make a rule for us. I don't even know.
No. A team
We're all
will make
bad.
it. Someone's gonna make the division.
No, I'm just joking around. Like it's that
Yeah,
bad. Like
but this is
none
one
of
of
us
the
I feel like
worst.
deserve.
Zach
None of us
Gentry ruined
deserve a
it.
spot.
It's one of the worst divisions I've seen.
None of us deserve a spot in the division.
Ever since the year the Panthers made it as the 4th seed when they're 7-8-1, I was like, oh, is it 2014 or something? I know it's like it's in the last decade.
Yeah.
My day was pretty good. I'm just.
That's a pretty bad division though. So that point.
Yeah.
Right now.
All right. So
And then on
I'm gonna end this up.
this Twitch.
So
on this
according to
debate.
my chat, OJ lost apparently in my chat room. In my chat, I haven't been I haven't been checking the TikTok chat. OJ, did you see any people? You know what they're saying?
Well, of course,
On
his
your
chat was
chat?
saying we won regardless because it's his fans.
Alright,
That's
well,
that's irrelevant.
why are you so?
I'll be honest with you, man. Like,
That's true.
It's true. Dude. You're so
I just
defensive.
wish-
I don't know. We're
Because-
ending this up.
to be honest with you, man, I never agree with the whole chat thing. I guess you guys did, and I'm not saying
Yeah.
that because the majority of them are saying that. But what I wanted to do was essentially, and actually me and Addie talked about this
Well, of course, Addie
privately
would
on another chat,
hates
that
us.
to bring someone else like OG the Beast, or I don't know if you guys know who OG the Beast is,
Well, yeah,
or
but
someone
he
else.
would say you won. He'd say you won because
No, bro. Believe
he's
it or
the-
I mean,
not.
I'll
Believe-
leave.
no,
Like, I'm not going. I'm not going off just this.
Can we just leave? Can we just leave?
Guys,
Say-
think about it, bro. Listen, there's
You
been
agree-
time. So yeah, he does naturally believe Jordan is better, but again, he wouldn't base it on that. He'd base on who he thinks.
He didn't
are
even
the-
watch. So he didn't even watch. So
He actually did.
OG
He
was
saw-
OG was on OG's TikTok.
That don't ZZ on me kid was there the whole time.
yeah, don't these even?
Yeah.
I mean, Vice flows.
Yeah, I think he was old. Yeah, I think he was.
There's so many people the whole debate saying that we won, like the whole time.
Oh,
in the
my
chat.
that was yeah. My chat.
Yeah,
The Cake
exactly.
Kid, the
Yeah,
long
just
sleeves.
The end. It wasn't even the end.
Vice
Saying like the whole
Lord.
time, like, oh, Matt.
But
or
you know
Will-
what? You know what though? How many? Yeah, I don't know those people, so I don't know if they came from your like shout out.
I don't know,
So
man.
We shout 'em out.
yeah. So yeah, no, so no, but like in my opinion, okay, here's I'm not gonna say because
You're gonna say
well I would
OJ,
just say
you're biased towards him, and you don't even like us, and you know OJ as a friend. So
dude,
obviously-
y'all brought up good points. I'm gonna give y'all that, right?
Are you
Like,
kidding me right now? You said he knows me as a. Listen, bro. I debate with this guy more than anybody else. Ask him
You're in a
about
fantasy
Derrick
football
Henry.
league with him.
oh
You're in a
yeah,
fantasy football
yeah,
league with him. You're in
dude.
a fantasy
Trust
I'm
me,
in the football
we-
league with him. Do you know what this dude hit me up on IG because he beat me in another league? The first
Yeah.
thing freaking Tuesday morning, I beat you twice. Listen, I debate with him more than anybody I know, bro.
Yeah, that-
Here's the thing. So just because
That
I
is
know
true.
it doesn't mean that
Yeah,
he's not
dude, like
objective.
me and OJ, like
bro.
we've only had a couple things that we agree on. We don't agree on much. Like we had the whole the last podcast or the
I
first
thought you were a
podcast with me and
LeBron fan, bro. I don't know why. My bad.
Me?
Sorry. I was on
Oh.
talking to my.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, like the first one was like just OJ like telling me why Derrick Henry's not number one, even though he is number one. He is number one. He's number one, and that's gonna be coming up later. But
Yeah,
Alright,
Derrick
but-
Henry is running back.
yeah, hey, I like y'all. And see now, Matthew, I have some respect for you. See, after that, like, I can like respect it, and like that's better. You see, like I like that. I like
Also,
that energy.
Thing, I think you were reaching it with the, like in that whole TikTok you made about Tannehill is not better than Mahomes. OG, or whatever.
OJ.
I was talking about Tannehill being better than Josh Allen. It wasn't even having anything to do, and he was showing that how good Tannehill's stats are compared to the best QBs in the best QB in the league. He was showing that the best QB in the league, this is his stats, and this is Ryan Tannehill's stats, and this is why Ryan Tannehill is better than Josh Allen. It wasn't
That's
anything-
Josh Allen is only his second
But-
year, and Ryan Tannehill's been in the league for at least like
Yeah, and OJ, I didn't even find out about that tick. You said I was a huge fan of that TikToker. I didn't even find out about him until I saw your video on him. And then I clicked on that video, and then I looked at the comment that he was replying to, and then I saw it was saying that Tannehill, talking about who's better between Tannehill and Josh Allen.
It's
being
actually
honest,
funny.
I was
So
just
let
fucking
me
around
let
the
me
whole time
respond
in
to that
group
real quick.
chat.
Let me
No.
respond.
That's why I
to that
added
real
all those
quick.
people.
Hey,
So,
hey,
as
hey,
far
Will,
as that,
relax, bro.
as far as that video to the, I think
Who was
Sean
that?
Massey, whatever his name is, as far as that video,
I don't
yeah,
know.
later on in the comment section, a lot of people were like, "Yo, yeah, he's not technically comparing Mahomes. He's saying that he's good enough and that his numbers are as good as Mahomes." So I knew that. So and later on, I knew that, but I'm not gonna delete it. I'm gonna stand by it, bro. So it's just one of those things. It is what it is, man. Like, you know what I'm saying, like a lot of the
Well, I'm gonna wrap this up right here. Like, give y'all what I think like about the debate itself. Not about like who. I'm not saying that I think LeBron is better than Jordan. I'm talking about the
You're
debate
saying who won.
itself. Yeah, I'm saying like OJ. I'm gonna break it down, right? So, on points, I'll say that like OJ probably did defend his points and.
No, you can't lie.
Wait,
OJ only had like 3 main points, and we literally in his other points we got after him. And his points.
Matthew, I'm getting to you, Matthew. There we go.
No, but listen. The points that he said he had were his offensive game is polished, and his defense. That's pretty much it.
Matthew, this is the thing. Just let him talk. People
Let him talk,
people in
let
the
him
Twitch
talk.
think that I lost. That's their opinion.
Weren't you saying
I'm
that
not-
OJ
I'm not
didn't let
getting
you
bent
talk
up
the whole
about
podcast?
What? Let him talk. Let him talk.
So okay here. So I will say that Matthew and Will, their rebuttals, they had some good rebuttals because y'all were able to defend OJ. And here's the thing, OJ knows. I don't like this is my first time interacting with y'all, right? From what I know, OJ he knows his stuff, so it's hard for me to debate with OJ sometimes, but I'll give y'all that, right? Like y'all were actually able to put it up, right? And so y'all actually gave a good fight. I just feel like that OJ was able to defend his points and made some like he could also defend them. He made good points and was able to defend them. Y'all brought up some very good points though. Y'all did make it tough. It wasn't an easy one, but I'm not even gonna say who, like I don't even think there was really a clear winner. I just think that those were it was close. I'm not even gonna say like I think there was a winner. Yeah, my chat says Matt and Will because yeah, you know what, y'all had some good team chemistry. I will say that. Will very good at bringing the points up. Matt was very good at the defensive side, you know, on the attack, getting OJ, you know, whatever. Yeah, but yeah,
Okay.
that's. Did y'all want to say anything else
Okay.
before?
Hey,
before we
OJ.
wrap this
Sorry
up?
about
If you're
what
on
you
to this
said,
again
what I
or like
missed.
do a debate or anything, I got you. I'll be here. Send it to you, Adi.
Wait, what'd you say?
Like if you ever want to do like a debate again or like if you need me
Oh
or
yeah,
anything, I
I
got
was
you.
about to say if we ever want to run this back and maybe get a bigger one because somebody has a bathroom.
Stop
You know
me,
what?
it's not me.
I'm
I
just
just
gonna
heard.
mute
I all
Matthew.
of a sudden heard someone sorry.
I'm gonna yeah. We're just gonna mute Matthew real quick. Yeah. So guys. So again, if you liked it, if you're on YouTube, like it, subscribe. If you're on Anchor, all that stuff, go share it, follow me, all that good stuff. Give me a 5-star rating if you can, whatever. But I'll let y'all sign it off. I want to do that.
All right, you can go first, OJ.
I opened it up so you guys can go and I'll close it off. It's only fair, right?
Yeah. All right. Well, it's me, Will, and my friend Matthew is currently not here because he's in the bathroom. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, off to OJ.
Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I have a TikTok. It's OJ knows _sports. You could follow me on Instagram as well, although I post way more on TikTok than I do on Instagram. And yeah, Jordan is the GOAT.
All right.
OJ
Well,
knows.
guys, I'll see you guys later.
I'll see you guys later.